honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. We want to give double honors to our elders and our apostles of Great Millstone that do rule well. Peace and salutations to the elect, the hopeful elect, and the 1/3, pushing this 100% truth across the four winds so we can see the elect and make it to the kingdom. All right, we are the true biblical Hebrew Israelites, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. We come out to the highways and byways as we're commanded to prophesy not only the downfall of this wicked queendom, but to simultaneously seal the Lord's elect before the impending doom upon this place. All right, start with Daniel.
This is the book of St. Daniel, chapter 12 and verse 1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people.
Right, the children of thy people. Real quick, can you get Joel 2 and 27? The Michael, okay, one of the angels, all right, a high commanding angel of the Lord's army is going to stand up for the Lord's people. So you being a Christian, which we are the true Christians, you would read that and say, well, I hope I'm one of those people that this great mighty angel is going to stand up for. So precept upon precept upon line, we find out who is this going to be. You read that when you got it, brother.
Joel 2 and verse 27. And you shall know that I am in the midst of Israel, and that I am the Lord your power, and none else, and my people shall never be ashamed.
My people. So my people are the Israelites. So Mayaka Allah, okay, is going to stand up in the time to come. All right, you got Trump talking about if Seattle doesn't stop the autonomous zone in Seattle, then I will. And what does that mean? Is he going to come together with police from Washington? No, he's going to bring in the military. So there's coming a great time where even the angel is going to have to stand up to defend the people. Okay, read that again.
Joel 2, verse 27. And ye shall know.
Oh, baby, it's all good. All right, just read Daniel again. Or you want? Yep, read that again. We'll go back to Daniel.
Joel 2, verse 27. And ye shall know that I am in the midst of Israel, and that I am Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, your power and none else.
Right, your power and none else. That's why in the looming doom, we are to call on our power. All right, we're not to call on Jesus or God or Christ, these names. We're to call on the Heavenly Father through the only begotten Son. Keep going to Daniel. What's up, brother?
What's up?
Back in the book of St. Daniel 12 and 1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people.
Yep.
It shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time.
Right, there's a time of trouble coming, okay? So we have to spiritually prepare ourselves for that time of trouble, okay? And throughout history, there's always been times of trouble, all right? When you look at kingdoms, even when you look at the Babylonian kingdom, the writing on the wall, they got so comfortable, they were so careless, they were drinking out of the Lord's holy vessels, and then the Lord had an angel write in the wall the judgment, and the only man that can interpret that was a Hebrew Israelite by the name of Daniel, okay? And it spoke many tickle, you've been found wanting. So great judgment is coming, but there's a spiritual aspect to it too, and great protection is coming with that. Keep going.
Back in verse 2, and it says, and at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book.
Right.
And many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake.
Right.
Some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt.
Right, because right now we're awakening out of that dust, the dust representing confusion. All right, our dust walking around, just calling ourselves after a color, not having any culture, just not having any sense of heritage, or really just a new heritage we've walked around in, but we've got the source. Can you get Deuteronomy 32 and 7? I believe it is. So what happened was a spiritual awakening is happening before the great day of judgment. Okay, the Lord is full of mercy. He ain't just gonna basically blindside you, with heavy judgment. He's gonna give you a chance. He's gonna warn you. That's what the prophets are doing. They're out here to warn the people of Israel, to let them know what's coming. And it comes to a point of common sense. When you see who our oppressor is, when you see who the devil is, you understand that he's gonna do devilish things. All right, he's done it on this land before. All right, what you know as chattel slavery. All right, this is why you had what they call the Civil War, which that wasn't because of that, but history says it. Then you had your civil rights, segregation, the other slavery, Thawada. So you understand that the man who's in power, or he does very terrible things to the children of Israel. So we're aware of that, but we had to be awoken spiritually and we found the answers in this book. Can you read this?
Deuteronomy 32 and verse 7. Remember the days of old.
Right.
Consider the years of many generations.
Yep.
Ask thy father, and he will shew thee.
Yep.
Thy elders, and they will tell thee.
Right. So the Lord has sent out elders of Israel. There's elders right now over our nation, physically on this earth. This is why I give double honors that are worthy. Mark the perfect man, you know, because all of us have our own testimonies of our walks of life, of men or women or teachings that we came across, but did it really change our lives? You know what I mean? But this, through the Spirit, it really changed our lives, because not only we got the positive, the negative, and that's something you want. You want to hear the sweet and the bitter. You see, so it's a sweet thing to find out you're chosen. All right, that your nation is great. The history is vast, but there's also a bitter side that comes with that. To live a great, peaceful, and noble life, great judgment has to come to get rid of this bitter right now, and that's what we're out here to do. We're out to warn you of that. Okay, but in that, this is that great awakening. Okay, because a lot of our people just think that, you know, they're just going to get along with the get along, and, you know, they're going to get their piece of the pie and everything's going to be okay. And I just need a job and a weekly check and my bills are paid. But no, because see, you're still a slave to debt. Okay, this is why you get your Social Security card. This is why you get nothing but bills. Here it is. There's a pandemic going on, and you still got Jake getting charged for child support. You see, so nothing in this place is meant for your rest. This is why you got the spiritual awakening. This is to open you up spiritually, to get you prepared for more chattel to come, you know, more rigor to come, because that's what's going to happen. All right, before it gets better, it's going to get worse. But through much tribulation, we shall enter the kingdom. And then after this tribulation happens, it's going to be great rest. It's going to be great restoration coming for us. You got something?
Yep. This is the book of St. Isaiah 30 and verse 20. And though the Lord give you the bread of adversity.
Right. And that's what? This is this captivity. This is adversity right now, man. Because you could do everything that you can humanly do possible according to the standards of America and still get pulled over, still get fired, still get evicted, you know, still get fined. You see? There's a lot of bread of adversity. If you just be real with yourself, you say, man, this place is hell. Because I you know, you can say, I've never stole nothing. I've never cheated. But you can go into a store and they'll pull the blame game on you. You know, this place is adverse to us, man. And the ways of this place is adverse to the Lord. Okay, we live in a wicked society. You see, keep going.
And it says, Isaiah 30 and 20. And though the Lord give you the bread of adversity.
Right, even these flesh, you know, these chains of darkness, you have trouble breathing, you have trouble seeing. You know, our women are balding. You know, you have certain ailments with your body. We're not at rest here, man. Even riches don't complete us, man, because we're spiritual people. We need spiritual rest and physical rest. Okay, that's why the Lord has given us mercy of the Comforter, which should teach you all things. That has given us hope in this hellhole. Excuse my language. The Comforter has taught us all things to set us free spiritually. Okay, keep going.
And it says, in the water of affliction,
yep,
yet shall not thy teachers be removed into a corner anymore.
Right.
But thine eyes shall see thy teachers.
Right. And if you go to Romans, what does it tell you? Faith cometh by hearing, hearing and seeing. You see, you hear the truth, you see the truth, it resonates with you. All right. And then you start walking in the truth. Okay. But Esau, our adversary, with the truth spread forth, he's going to go harder with his lies. That's where we're coming to a time of great persecution, where he's going to use his lying machine mechanisms to further put the people against us. Okay, because right now you got everyone looking at Esau like he's the bad guy, he's the criminal, so he's going to put his ace in a hole, and that's going to be a major blame game on Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, just like he did in Rome. All right, when Nero, he blamed the burning of Rome on the Christians. So you got Trump right now. He said, we're not going to listen to the prophets of doom, things of that nature. So you're going to see a shift of the blame game coming back on Jake, because everyone with this grand awakening is pointing the fingers at Esau. Oh, Mozart's black. Shakespeare's black. Beethoven's black. So Esau's lies are crumbling. So he's going to have to pull out a major lie to get the people back on his side. Go back to Daniel's.
Yep. Back in Daniel chapter 12 and verse 3. And they that be wise shall shine as the brightness of the firmament.
Right.
And they that turn many to righteousness as the stars forever and ever.
Right. And that's what's happening. We're being turned to righteousness. Okay. The scriptures speak about how our laws are our righteousness. All right. And us preaching is righteous. All right. It says, how beautiful is the feet unto them that preach the gospel. You see, so there's a righteous vibration going on in the midst of this wicked, chaotic place. Okay, even in the midst of this chaos, in the midst of this confusion, all right, in the midst of this gay agenda that's underlined of Black Lives Matter, there's a righteous vibration being pushed.
That light.
Right, there's a light that is shining, okay? And Esau, he wants to darken it. He wants to tamper it, okay? Keep going.
St. Daniel 12 and verse 4.
Yep, this is what I wanted.
It says, but thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book.
Right, because really you could have read Daniel's 4 first and then went back to 1. You see, because really it was like in a movie, it tells you the end, and then it went back to the beginning. You
Reverse
see?
chronology.
Right, the water. Keep going.
And it says, Daniel 12 and 4, but thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end.
Right, so the books were sealed, if you will. All right, now, yes, Yahweh Shai loosened those seals, but then through the comforter, all right, starting with Elijah coming back in reincarnation, because we do believe in reincarnation as it's found in the scriptures.
Really?
You come back after a certain generation. Elijah, as it was prophesied, came back as a man known as Abba Bivens, all right, to bring the truth to a full circle. You going to Malachi? Yeah, real quick for edification. So what happened was in the 1970s, during the time when Esau set his nest among the stars, that's when it says, the Lord, I shall bring thee down. Now, Esau claimed he went to the moon 1969, which so much happened in 1969, people didn't even regard the landing on the moon. You had the conception of Woodstock. You had the grand opening of what you know as Wendy's. You had the Manson massacres, which really that was a sacrifice, which Manson was an insider, okay? And all that covered up the so-called moon landing, you see? But in that same time period, that's when the Lord opened up the mind of a so-called black man named Abba Bivens to go into the New Testament and not only the Old. You see, read that.
This is the book of St. Malachi, chapter 4 and verse 5. And it says, behold, I will send you Elijah, the prophet, before the coming of the great and dreadful day of the Lord.
Right. See, the great and dreadful day of the Lord is coming. You see, so the Lord, going back to what he said about what? The warnings. The Lord has opened up his mind because remember, Yahweh Shai opened up his mind's men when he came back. Remember when he spent those days with him? Then he opened their understanding. You see, the Lord, he does the unlocking. Okay, since the Spirit's got us going on it, when everyone is born, all right, you're born with amnesia. Okay, you don't remember your former life. You see, that's why you got to get taught everything again. That's why coming into this truth, you got to be born again spiritually. You know, even Nicodemus, he asked, he said, do I have to go back in my mother's womb? No, you have to just relearn everything. And that's what's happening. Now we're relearning. That's why we read in Deuteronomy, ask of the old. You know, there's certain things you don't know. As a child, you're told how to tie your shoe. You know, like we given laws on the fabric to wear. There's even certain fabric, if you mix it with other fabric, it lowers your testosterone. So there's laws that are very beneficial to you in this body. See, so we're learning all those things. And now we're learning that we're Israelites. We're learning we have a heritage. We're learning we have a power source to call on. We're also learning the past and the present and the future. Okay, we're learning what's to come and what's to come after that. So knowledge is power. You know, it says wisdom is better than weapons of war. You know, that's why you're born with a brain and not a gun. You know, finish that and back to Daniel.
Back in St. Malachi chapter 4 and verse 6. And it says, and he shall turn the heart of the fathers to the children,
right,
and the heart of the children to their fathers.
Right, and that's why it's symbolic. The laws were first written on stone to represent our stony hearts. Okay, even me back in the world, just being rebellious, rebelling against society, rebelling against the powers that be, rebelling against elders, having no order, no dietary law, just here, I'm there. One week I believe this, next week I believe that. So this truth really grounds you. Okay, it sets you by living water, and you grow from that, you know, and you become stable. You become strong as a tree and planted as a spiritual pillar. And you need that pillar. You need that knowledge, because at times that are coming, this knowledge is going to be your stability. Can you get that? Is that Isaiah 33:6? Wisdom and knowledge will be your stability. Because you have to ask yourself, what knowledge, what wisdom, what's going to keep us afloat? Can you finish Daniel 12:4?
Back in St. Daniel chapter 12 and verse 4. But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased.
Right, knowledge is being increased. Now we could speak on the knowledge being, hold that. Did you get it? Yeah, just read that, Baba Kasha.
Isaiah 33 and verse 6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy time.
Right.
And strength of salvation, the fear of Yahweh by Shem Yahushai is his treasure.
Right. So this is what we do. This wisdom, this knowledge is going to be our stability in the times that we're coming into. Okay. And this same wisdom and knowledge has been being preached across the four winds, and then the end shall come. So the Lord opened us up to receive this knowledge, so we can be able to remain sane and stable in a very crazy time that's coming, man. Okay, in a time that's coming that people are going to lose it, because they're going to like, why is this happening? I don't understand. And there's a saying in the world, knowing is half the battle, and a great battle is coming, and we know it. We know it in so much we're prophesizing of this great battle that's coming. The battle that's going to be here in America, the battle that's going to be in the Valley of Jehoshaphat, which you know is the Middle East, and also the battle in the war in heaven, which will be fought against this military, this Air Force, against a spiritual realm. Okay, what you know as UFOs are coming. Those are actually chariots of the Heavenly Father. Those advanced flying objects. All right, where do you think man gets a conception to even fly? You see?
Yes.
Keep going down.
Yep. Read it one more time.
Yep. St. Daniel 12 and verse 4, and it says, but thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book.
Yep.
Even to the time of the end.
Right.
Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased.
Right. Oh, you could get Habakkuk. Runneth that readeth. But you also have to understand, within this knowledge being preached, you have a mass awakening of people to the lies of Esau. Okay, this is why the internet was one of the biggest enemies to the elites. Was it, I think, Rockefeller? One of the elites said that the internet should have never been made. You see, because the internet now, it's not only recording Esau's wickedness, it's actually do you have anything? All right, can you hold Isaiah 29:16? But read your precept, and then we'll go to that after. So right now, the internet is being used as a tool to tear down the lies of our oppressor.
Yeah, he's being made bare.
He's being made bare. Literally, not only to him being Esau, but to his wickedness. Now people are saying, wow, without NBA, without NFL, you are a racist devil. You are a demon to us. You don't want equality. We're the only ones that want to be equal. He's using the doctrine of equality to infiltrate your organizations, to destroy you inside out, because that's what a virus does. Okay? Read your precept.
Matthew 24 and verse 14. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come.
And this proves this gospel is not talking about your average everyday Christianity. You know, oh, love that. No, this gospel is talking about this truth, the true biblical image of our Lord and Savior being a so-called Negro. Okay, the true biblical ethnicity of what you call minorities that are Israelites. Okay, salvation is only for Israel. The laws aren't done away with. That gospel, okay, that's being preached. And that's making Esau even more bare, because he sends up his minions, he sends up his little flunkies, and they get decimated by the truth. They get spiritually grounded into powder, all right, by this knowledge. It says, if you speak my words, they shall be wood. You can get that in Jeremiah, what's that, 5 and 14? Yeah, real quick. You got that in Isaiah? Yeah, let's get that.
Isaiah 29, verse 16. Surely you're turning of things upside down, shall be esteemed as the potter's clay.
See? So everything he's done, he spent trillions of dollars on lies, trillions of dollars on pagan holidays, trillions of dollars on giving you words to put spells on you. Like the reason Jake calls himself a thug today is because of Esau. To this day, if you ask somebody, why'd you start saying thug? Because of Esau. We had Googled it, because you know thug, it goes back to Elam, and pretty much the word it means thuggy. It's a deity worshiping what is it, Kali or some shit like that. I can't remember the deity. It's a demon, and it's a cult of people that go around and they sacrifice. So they that word came around in the 1980s in America through the movie Indiana Jones, and then Tupac came out saying thug life, and then the news started calling Jake thugs. So then they went with it. So Esau, his lies he puts on you. Now you're waking up to it like, one, I'm not a thug. Two, I'm not a diva. You see these lies that he's used for years upon our people. Now they're being cast down.
Why aren't you a diva?
Well, diva is a deity that is put on women, but it's a demonic deity as well.
Why is that? Where do we
it goes back to another heathen custom. Like if you go to Psalms, it says, "For there are many gods."
Yeah, yep.
There are a lot of nations have worshipped like false gods and idols, and they had names for them. Thug was one, diva was another. You know, things that Dagon, things of that nature. But people say those terms today without knowing where they come from, which I was going to go into, like Christmas, you know, Santa Claus, Easter, Ishtar. You
but
see,
is Dagon, the people you talking about, the Dagon people come from the star Sirius? You say they come from?
No, I'm talking about the false god that they worship, and they would put like food and incense and wine in front of and worship it for things. But there's an account where the Lord actually casted that idol down.
But don't Israelites do the exact same thing?
As far as what?
As give, make sacrifice to Yahweh through the good smelling of the burning of the...
Well, the Lord has his own laws that we're to do, but you have heathens that would take it and do it on the left-hand side. You see what I mean? The Lord has sacrifice, but we're not commanded to sacrifice animal anymore.
Why not?
Because that law has been done away with, because the Lord's not pleased with animal sacrifice. That's why his son was depicted as a sacrificial lamb. Now we are living sacrifices. This is the altar. We come out and we become a living sacrifice, meaning our ways, our customs, how we do things. We sacrifice fleshly desires, if you will. You see?
In what manner?
Like as far as like smoking, eating pork. Those are laws that we're not supposed to do, right? So we don't adhere to them. That's a part of our sacrifice. Us even preaching, it's a duty unto us. We could be doing something different, something vain, being with a woman, going to a beach, just living a vain life. Our lives now are geared towards serving the Father instead of serving our own self. Instead of just saying, I want to become a rapper, get a job, get a big booty woman, and just live off the hog.
What's wrong with a big booty woman?
Well, we're not fleshly men. Well, right now, because we're in war, we're not ready for the spoils yet. See, war has to come, then we get the spoils. See, a lot of our people are so caught up in being in the flesh. What's that, Galatians 5:16? Can you just get that real quick?
I believe that, but still, ain't nothing wrong with one.
Well, the flesh is weak right now. You could sleep with a woman and get AIDS.
Yeah, that's true,
you don't even get a virgin. We don't even know what real sex is, because sex means to cut. The only time you have sex is when it's a virgin. Other than that, you're just sleeping with the next man's goods. You see? And that ain't royal. That ain't kingly. That ain't, you know what I mean? Right. When you got it, read it, brother. So we're spiritual men. You see?
Then so where's the woman in this whole pantheon?
Wisdom is for, Sirach 8.
So the word was with God.
The word of wisdom is referred to as a woman because that's how beautiful it is.
Okay.
Right.
So
wisdom,
the woman isn't, so that's a metaphysical. That's not an actual female principle.
Right. We could get women, but it's not beneficial to our salvation. We want to be delivered. We deal with women, but women aren't our MO. It's not our main process. That's why Esau uses women today to distract you. That's why you see nothing but big booty women in authority, your Beyoncés, your Kim Kardashians. They're idols. Read that, Galatians.
Galatians 5 and verse 16. This I say then, walk in the spirit, and you shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh.
See, and get Romans 8 now. See, it says walk in the spirit of the Lord. There's certain brothers that are eunuchs where they refrain from women. There's even laws about when you deal with a woman, you're unclean. You see? So right now we understand we're in captivity, even in prison. You may get a conjugal, but for the most part, you don't deal with a woman. It tells you in Jeremiah 16 that it's not even wise to have women and children on this side because of the great judgment that's coming.
Why not? That's how we got here.
Hold on, brother. Hold on.
I got a scripture about wisdom.
Yeah, read that. We just telling you what we do.
No, I feel you.
Right.
I feel you.
And some men see it, some men don't. You know.
No, I mean, I just want to ask. I just want to parse just one question. Everybody here, nobody here is a female, right? But everybody here got nipples, though, right? So if the woman isn't in your pantheon, I don't really know what you're doing.
We're not saying we don't desire women. We're just men of discipline.
I'm not talking about a mode of desire. I'm talking about the mode of manifestation. I'm talking about everybody up here got way through the portal of a woman.
That's fine. That's how you come into earth.
Why are they excluded? Why can't women? I mean,
we never said women were excluded. All we just said was we're not dealing with women because we deal with women, but we're not out here trying to get married and have a life. Can you get First Corinthians 7:31? We deal with women all the time, but women are our MO. I dealt with a woman once, and she told me, if me and you go further, you're not going to be hanging with your brothers on Saturday. A woman is snaring nuts. A woman will hold you back. It says that, you know. But we're just men of discipline. We understand the sacrifice when it comes to dealing with a woman.
I understand.
We're at war.
If you teach a woman, you teach a nation, though, right?
And plus, if I could add, being with a woman 24/7 can make you weak.
Yep.
Wow.
Well, if you don't understand that, that's you. Hold on, though. We're gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you how. I'm gonna tell you how, and then we're gonna get back to our point because we're not gonna sit here and have vain little debates about women.
I'm asking
read this.
He stated
this is
something.
1 Corinthians 7 and verse 31. Sorry, 31.
Yeah. Start up. Yeah, where are you? Yeah, start up. Isn't it good? Yeah, start up. You start at 25.
1 Corinthians 7 verse 25. Now concerning virgins, I have no commandment of the Lord.
Right.
Yet I give
virgins. Right. Keep going.
Yet I give my judgment as one that had obtained mercy of the Lord to be faithful. I suppose, therefore, that this is good for the present distress.
Right. Because there's times you need a woman. You may need a drink, right? But you don't want to fall too deep in that. And now you just stop serving the Lord. You in your house. You just dealing with your kid. You're an upstanding father, right? Which is cool. But are you an upstanding servant in the eyes of the Lord? Because the main things you have to understand, this is not our rest. Having a woman, having children, having land, that's all rest. That's a beautiful thing. We all want that. But we know this ain't our rest. So we're not trying to find rest in an uncomfortable situation, right? Keep going.
It says, I suppose, therefore, that this is good for the present distress. I say that it is good for a man so to be.
Yeah.
Art thou bound unto a wife? Seek not to be loosed. Art thou loosed from a wife? Seek not a wife.
Yeah.
But and if thou marry, thou hast not sinned.
Right.
And if a virgin marry, she had not sinned.
Right. Because this is Paul telling you, even when you go up more in the verse, he says, not by commandment, but I say, you know what I mean? Pretty much be like me and refrain from women. Because we understand we have a task at hand. We're on a mission.
Or at least try to.
Right, or at least try. We're not over righteous. We're not telling brother, hey, don't you be with women. All we're saying is we understand the time we're in. We're not in the time of leisure and lust. We're in the time to be circumspect. We're in the time of spiritual analyzing. You see? Keep going. Because a woman is a gift. And even the scriptures tell you that. But keep going.
But and if thou marry, thou hast not sinned.
Mm-hmm.
And if a virgin marry, she had not sinned.
Right.
Nevertheless,
and we're all by law supposed to have virgins. You see? Keep going.
Nevertheless, such shall have trouble in the flesh.
Yep, you have trouble in the flesh. You're in the flesh. You have what they call hormones. You have testosterone, right? Women, they lust after you. You lust after women, but you don't abuse that relationship. Okay? Keep going.
But I spare you. But this I say, brethren, that the time is short, it remaineth, that both they that have wives be as though they had none.
See, the time is short and remaineth those that have wives be as though they have none, meaning what? You may have a wife, that don't mean you kick her out to the curb, but you put priorities first. Your woman doesn't come before the Lord, and neither does your children, because it's through the Lord you have a wife and children, because the Lord took Job's wife and children, right? And he continued to serve the Lord. And then what happened? He gave him double that.
Right.
You see? Keep going.
This is verse 29. But this I say, brethren, the time is short.
Yeah.
It remaineth that both they that have wives be as though they had none.
Keep going. Get mad.
And they that weep as though they wept not. And they that rejoice as though they rejoice not. And they that buy as though they possess not.
Keep going.
And they that use this world as not abusing it.
See, we use this world. So, quote unquote, we use women. Not in a malicious manner. We can have a what you call a wife, right? And that's cool and all, but we never lose focus. All right? Never lose focus in His truth. And sometimes a woman can throw you off your axle, man, or other things. You don't indulge too much in certain. Everything's with moderation. Okay, keep going.
It says, and they that use this world as not abusing it.
Right, because you don't want to abuse it. You may get certain things in this temporal world to help you throughout, but you don't abuse it, meaning you don't get too deep. Remember the movie In Too Deep? Yeah. It got to the point where he said, you ain't no cop, Jay Reed. You wanted me. Because he did. He went too deep. You see? So we understand we're on a mission, okay? And we understand within this mission, there's certain side missions that you may embark on, but we always remain on that straight and narrow. Keep going.
For the fashion of this world passeth
away. See, we are trying to get delivered. We're trying to get saved, okay? We're not trying to bow a knee, which that's a heathen ritual. You're bowing a knee to a woman, meaning she's over you. We don't do that. And you know what I'm saying? That's a heathen custom. Okay, bowing to a woman. You're over a woman. Keep going.
Wait.
Scripture say it.
Right. I mean, we know, not that we get physical. If a woman came out here and you had a one-on-one fight, you would destroy her. Well, we're past the woman worship.
Destroy you.
Cool. Keep going.
1 Corinthians 7:32. But I would have 32. But I will have you without carefulness.
Yep.
He that is unmarried, carry for the things that belong to the Lord.
See, he that's unmarried, his mind will be more focused on the Lord, right? You know, he may fast more. Because when you deal with a woman is worldly. She may be down for you, but she ain't gonna be really down for the Lord. Now, are there some blessed sisters? Absolutely. But for the majority, no. King Solomon did a experiment on that, man. Okay, when you have a woman, you got to deal with her birthdays. You got to deal with her wanting to celebrate hell days, right? She's into the so-called white man's customs. She's all about America, this world, you know? Keep going. Vacation, right, rest. That's all. A woman is a toy. Keep going.
But I will have you without carefulness. He that is unmarried, care for the things that belong to the Lord.
But if he's married, what?
How that he may please the Lord.
Keep going.
33. But he that is married, care for the things that are of the world.
See?
How he may please his wife.
See? Because his woman is of the world. She wants to talk about drapes. You know what I mean? The next house y'all gonna get. You got riots and rumors of war going on. And you got your chick over here trying to play Candy Crush. No, man, we understand the position we're in. That's why we act wisely even with the woman we deal with. That's all we're saying. It shouldn't even be an issue. You know what I mean? Even men in the military, their wives are okay when they go to war. It's not a debate. It's not a debate. We understand what position we're in, and we understand what position our women are in. There's no in or if in around it.
So where's your sanctity? Where's your resting place? Where
you the Lord. Get John 14:26. Or is it 14:17?
Where do you waste your head?
See, a woman is supposed to be a pillar of rest. But a woman is a weaker vessel, so 9 times out of 10, she's going to... Hold on, brother.
Okay.
So 9 times out of 10, she's going to be a pillar of stress. Now, the Lord can give you a quiet woman. That's cool. We're not saying that. But we're not all about doctrine of women, you know? You got that enough in the... That's a worldly mindset. No. Women. The Lord is about the elect. Now, there are elect women within that, but there's 144,000 men that are going to get delivered first. Right. The Lord he deals with men. It makes sense.
No.
Read this.
Just for y'all got nipples.
This is John 14.
We're off that. Come on. And we got toes and eyes. Okay, bro, that's cool.
Like 3 months of your life, everybody's a girl. And then you get
all right, okay, bro. Keep that over there with you. Because I want to tell my son that.
That's science.
Oh, okay, cool. That's okay.
You got a belly button though, too.
Right? All right, come on, bro. Just listen.
But you got
just listen. All right, but what you're saying is bugged out.
How is that bugged
out?
All right,
I don't want to feed into it. Read this, please.
John 14:26.
All right.
But the Comforter, which is the Holy Spirit.
See, that's our Comforter, the Holy Spirit, because we're spiritual men. You could deal with a woman 7 days a week, and you can have the greatest sex all you want, and you still ain't complete. Like, damn, this shit ain't enough. Even Scarface said it. He had women, money,
He said, yeah.
drug. He had all the worldly riches. And he said,
This it.
this is it. Then he told the woman she can't have no kids, man. You know, he wasn't pleased. Oh, even Lil Wayne said, after I come to my senses. We all know that, man. Come on, we were mature men up here, okay? Keep going.
You need to deal with mature women.
But the Comforter, which is the Holy Spirit, whom the Father will send in my name,
Yeah.
he shall teach you all things.
Right, he shall teach you, okay? Shit, even our mothers ain't even prepare us for this wicked world. My mother was teaching me how to hang white angels on a damn Christmas tree,
Because when
which
you
is
teach a
Nimrod's
woman,
penis,
you teach a
man.
nation.
You know?
So that's your,
Keep
that's
going.
your first
He
priority.
shall teach you all
women.
things and bring all things to your remembrance,
Yep.
whatsoever I have said unto you.
There you go. So see, we deal with the Spirit. The Lord sent a comforter unto us, and that comforter, all right, is in the name through Yahweh Shemel Shai. Read that.
It's Matthew's, right?
Yeah, going into that.
This is the book of
Going back to our sacrifices, you know?
This is the book of St. Matthew, chapter 19 and verse 29.
Yeah.
Matthew 19 and verse 29. And everyone that
No,
has...
start up.
Sorry,
Yeah, start up. Start at like 25, 27.
got you. St. Matthew 19 and verse 27. Then answered Peter and said unto him, Behold, we have forsaken all.
See, Peter's like, yo, we forsaken all. When Yahweh Shai was on the scene, he called his men while they were mending nets, all right, fishing, and they immediately left, right? They were in captivity under the Romans, man. You know, keep going.
And it says,
They had wives, families, jobs, right? Keep going.
It says, we have forsaken all
Yep.
and followed thee.
Yep.
What shall we have therefore?
Right, like us.
Question mark.
That's a good question. You know, if somebody came up and we're like, you know, brother, hey, you know, really the Lord wants you to be a living sacrifice. He wants you to serve him, right? Because we're in this position of captivity now for not serving him, you know? So he's like, well, what about my wife? What about my kids? There's nothing wrong with you having them, but you got to get your priorities together. What comes first? We don't even come first. The Lord does, man. But that's what we believe through humility, through fear and faith, right? Keep going.
And it says,
About knowledge.
verse 28, and Yahweh Shai said unto them,
Right.
Verily I say unto you, that ye which have followed me
Yep.
in the regeneration,
Reincarnation, will ye that follow me in your next life, in your life after that, keep going.
when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory,
Right, and the Son of Man ain't gonna sit in his throne of glory until much tribulation. Like in the movie Infinity Wars.
Yeah.
Look what Thanos had to go all through before he could finally sit. So Yahweh Shai's got to come back and wage war. Oh, the scriptures even say, thy servant, when I come,
Yeah, Matthew
we have to get that next. So, hey, when Yahweh Shai come, I don't want to be found in the bed not serving the Lord, you know? If Yahweh Shai were to come right now, us contending for the faith, standing stiffly, that'd be a blessing. And anybody that's coming against us, that'd be a death sentence.
Shouldn't you be
got it.
fruitful and
Yeah,
multiply?
read
them?
that. Yeah, of course. Of
So,
course.
what's the
But there's a time and season for everything. You have to use logic, my man. Do you try to have kids when you're in prison? No, because you're not gonna be able to raise them right. You have authority over you. It's called logic, common sense, bro. It ain't all about just sticking your rod in something. You know, you don't have a right job. You don't have a job, a home. You don't want to bring a kid into the world.
Right.
What's wrong with you? Have some knowledge, man. Read this.
Matthew 24 and verse 36.
Water.
What of that day and hour knoweth no man?
We don't know it, but we're diligently measuring it. Like, man, the Lord's coming soon. So right now ain't the time for me to go to Cancun with Cindy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Now ain't the time to. Good for you. That's where you stand. But us over here, we're different through the Spirit, and we pray to stay that way because we've been there. We know, like Neil, we know what's down that road.
Right.
We know what's down there.
We know how
Getting
chicken
drunk,
tastes.
sleeping with some woman, waking up hungover in a bullshit bed. Got to go to work dehydrated. That shit's whack. That's trash. We on to something better, man. Keep going.
What of the day and hour knoweth no man?
Yep.
No, not the angels of heaven, but
Yep.
my Father only.
Right. Keep going.
But as the days of Noah were,
Yep.
so shall also be the coming of the Son of Man.
Here we go. Now we're getting into something good. It said, as the days of Noah. Now, what were they doing in the days of Noah? Read it, brother.
For as in the days of Noah that were before the flood,
Right. You're familiar with the flood, right?
Sure.
Cool. So let's find out why a flood came. What spirit were people in before? Hold on, before the destruction came.
Sodom and Gomorrah.
Hold on, we're not there yet. We're talking about the flood.
Okay.
Keep going.
For as in the days that were before the flood,
Yep.
they were eating and drinking,
Yep.
marrying and giving in marriage.
Now, one would say, well, what's wrong with eating and drinking, right? You need to eat, you need to drink. You know, he said, be fruitful, multiply. True. But it's all about discretion. Are you just eating and drinking? And then what are you eating? And what are you drinking? Are you excessively drinking hard liquor and becoming a brute beast and all wild and rioting? What food are you eating? Crab, lobster, all these abominations, pork that are killing you, that the Lord gave mercy and told us righteous ways and how to carry ourselves? You see? Keep going.
Until the day that Noah entered into the ark.
Just like now. So now we're living in the days of Noah 2.0. People will argue about, well, you should be fruitful and multiply. Why can't you have a wife? We're telling you because we're not in the time of just spreading seed. Why would we spread? The scriptures even say if the children be multiplied, it's for destruction. For the sword, bro. So you can have a kid just to be destroyed. That's a scary thing, man.
And any house I said, blessed be the barren.
Yeah, because the days that are coming, you're going to be like, man, I wouldn't want my kid to go through this. There were times where the famine was so bad that these women, that the men want us to get so bad, they ate their babies, man. A woman will turn on you like that, like a faucet, bro. A woman will turn on you quick. It's called reality, bro. It ain't just when I get with a woman. Hold on, because you got to finish that. But give your preset. When I get with a woman, I don't rebuke her. No, we're just telling you as men, this is a manly conversation. Yeah. And out of 4 men, you the only one here trying to, but what about women? Relax, bro. Let's talk about men for a minute. Yeah. Let's talk about the flock of men for a minute.
But that's what none of us can do anything without the portal of a woman to be reincarnated through. So I don't get why. It's like, oh no, don't go here. That's exactly what
we didn't say not to go there. We're saying use discretion when dealing with a woman. That's all we're saying. Of course. So there's no debate. All we're saying is use discretion.
This should be nothing but women here. Because if you're trying to build a nation, then that's why the old
women cause confusion, bro.
No, it don't.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, because you don't teach them.
All right, cool, bro. The women are at home learning right here. They're at home in the comfort of their home. You know what I mean? We're at war out here.
With no men, because y'all too busy, whatever. All right, alone.
Can you keep going?
Matthew 24, verse 39. And knew not until the flood came.
Yep, and knew not. He said, I don't get it. Because they knew not till the flood came. Like, I don't get it. Why can't I just eat and drink and screw and, right? I don't understand it. Because the Lord's got to open your eyes. You got to be, like us, we're in that same mindset. To the Lord open our eyes. Keep going.
And took them all the way. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be.
Right, keep going.
Then shall 2 be in the field, the one shall be taken and the other left.
Yeah. Speak up loud, please.
Then shall 2 be in the field, the one shall be taken and the other left. 2 women shall be grinding at the mill, the one shall be taken and the other left.
Yeah, keep going.
Watch therefore, for ye know not what hour your Lord doth come.
Right, and this is how we're watching, right? Keep going.
But know this,
right?
That the good man of the house had known and what watched that the thief would come.
Yeah.
He would have watched and would have not have suffered his house to be broken up.
Right. And at the end of the day, we're out here to have our wives and our children delivered. This is us doing this. Lord's will protect our children and our wives in the judgment that's coming. You see, it's not like we don't want them delivered, but this is the job we have to do. Going back to the military, they got to go across the country to go fight a war so it don't take away the freedom of their wives and children at home. It's no different. It's just a spiritual aspect of it. You see? Keep going. Just using it as an analogy, bro. Okay. Don't go too deep.
No,
keep going.
I don't think y'all going deep enough. That's what
therefore be ye also ready, for in such an hour as you think not, the Son of Man cometh.
Keep going.
Who then is a faithful and wise servant, whom his Lord had made ruler over his household, to give them meat in due season.
See?
Blessed is that servant.
See?
Whom is his Lord when he cometh shall find so doing.
See? Blessed is that servant when Yahushua comes and we're fully embarked in the Lord. Our mind is for the Lord. We're doing the will of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Not caught up in our lead. Oh, the scriptures say, I will judge them that are settled on their leads. This ain't a time for us to be chilling. Your average everyday Negro would tell you we're at war right now. Even him saying, hey, Keisha, stay at home. You know what I'm saying? You out protesting. You wouldn't want to take your woman there. I seen a baby get maced, bro. A baby. That ain't a place for a child, man. This is dangerous out here. We're using logic, not pride and simplicity. Finish that, Matthews? Now we can finish that.
Back in Matthew 19 and verse 28.
Yep.
And Yahushua said unto them, verily I say unto you, that ye which have followed me in the regeneration, when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory, ye also shall sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel.
Right, but that won't come until what? Much tribulation. Right? Keep going.
Verse 29. And everyone that hath forsaken houses, or brethren, or sisters, or fathers, or mothers, or wife, or children,
or wives or children. We got to forsake our wives and children. Now, does that mean I'm just going to kick my baby to the side? No, it means putting priorities first. That's all it means. It means you don't go to, you're not just settled with a what do they say, a house, a white picket fence. You know, you can have all that, but in the back of your mind, you're serving the Lord. You practice in the Shabbat to your best of your ability. You're prophesying, you're doing your videos. You know, you're serving the Lord. You're not serving the flesh. Okay? Keep going.
And it says, or children, or lands, for my name's sake.
Now one would say, well, that sounds unfair. But you got to understand, the wicked rulership is only for a moment of time. We believe in reincarnation. We've had many wives and many children in other lives that we don't remember about. You see? We're just in this generation. Okay? Keep going.
And it says, or lands for my name's sake.
Right, a job opportunity. You know, brothers might have got drafted, might have been a musician, you know, might have could have got a so-called great riches, but they were temporal. Not to bring it up, but even Moses forsook that, right?
Yeah, he left Zipporah and his 2 boys.
Keep going.
Sure did.
And it says,
I don't think that was right.
Shall receive in 100-fold.
See? So if you forsake one wife, one children, one life, not that you're doing away with them, you're putting priorities first, you're gonna receive 100-fold. You put a little in, the Lord gonna give you a jackpot, man. You see? And we understand that's not hard to see, you know? A damn for sure ain't bowing down to no woman, man. You know, but that's the lifestyle and mindset that Jake has in this society, man. Please.
This is 2 Chronicles 15 and verse 7. 2 Chronicles 15 verse 7. Be ye strong, therefore, not your hands be weak, for your work shall be rewarded.
That's right, man. It says, hey, that reminds me of stand fast, your labor's not in vain. You know, hey, man, you don't think we don't love women, our children? Love the shit out of my kids, man. Right. You know, but I love the Lord more.
Right.
Damn it. You know, we love the Lord more because the scriptures say in Psalms, the Lord gives children. The Lord is one. Who was it? Abraham or Isaac? It was Abraham. He's like, I didn't make you barren. Remember, she had to go to pray to the Lord to have a kid?
Yeah, Jacob.
Jacob, the water.
Jacob and
Rebecca. I think it was Rebecca, right? Right, because Rachel.
Yep.
Yeah, Rachel. You know, we understand that. You brothers know it at home, man. But these are conversations you got to have with a natural man. See, a natural man can't receive the spiritual things. You know, it's not hard. It's so crazy. Even a woman can understand that. Like a woman understand. You know, I gotta stay home. Like the Wadiya Bashim outside, Bashim Kakwa Dash, man. That nigga's wicked, bro. He's wicked, man. Yo, the shit he just want. The nigga said, you got 2 nipples. We got 10 toes too, damn it. Fucking hell, bro. Oh, the Wadiya Bashim outside, man. It's got a damn. We gotta to move, bro. You gotta move on this dude, man. Read what you got, man. Lost my point. Hey, Salakia, Shalom, Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahushai Ba'Hashem, Kagalas Barakatam. To you sincere brothers and sisters tuning in, man. You know, this ain't no He-Man woman hating club. But it's like demons come out. You see, you can pull demons out of people just by simple words of saying, word ahead. And now you got 2 nipples, brother. God damn, dude.
This is Titus 3 and 10. A man that is an heretic after the first and second admonition rejects.
Was that the second or third time he came up?
Third time.
That's the spirit. Hey, bro, from now on, we can't deal with you, man. We might have to pack up and just move.
And every time you come back with a different doctrine.
Every time.
The first time it was fucking Egyptian. The second time with the Pope. Now it's the fucking female.
Right.
Yeah.
You brothers bring whatever you got. I'll just check in the comments.
It's the book of Proverbs chapter 8 and verse 4. Unto you, I'll start verse 1.
Let me read this real quick. Proverbs 15 and 21. It's from Prince of Yahweh, known as Derek Dennis. Folly is joy to him that is destitute of wisdom. That's why when he says this stuff, brothers, behind the camera, he's smiling.
Yeah, the whole time.
He's smiling, man. It says, folly is joy to him that is destitute of wisdom, but a man of understanding walketh uprightly. And how do you walk uprightly? Being a living sacrifice. Because see, Jake like that, he's a living sacrifice to his family. You know, that's his security, his family, his home, his wife. You heard him? He said, I got a car, I got a wife. But the scriptures say, don't put off the Lord from day to day, because suddenly destruction will come in thy security, man. You know? Read what you got, brother.
This is Proverbs chapter 8. Sorry, verse 1.
Somebody said, this guy needs to leave. Right.
Right.
The water.
And that dude,
oh, look, someone named Ladylike. I'm learning. See? I said people trying to learn here, man. We trying to edify the church. This nigga, he reminds me like of a YouTube ad that just keeps popping up, and you gotta wait to skip it.
The Everest shit. Remember that shit?
Yeah.
You still sitting there?
Right. Yes. Yeah. Let's keep it going, brothers.
This is Proverbs chapter 8, starting at 1 to verse 4. It says, "Do not wisdom cry, and understanding put forth her voice. She standeth in the top of high places, by the way in the places of the paths. She cried at the gates, at the entry of the city."
And this is talking about wisdom, okay?
Right.
Wisdom is referred to as a delicate woman. Israel is referred to as a beautiful and delicate woman. That should be a compliment to a woman. Wow, wisdom is referred to as like my beauty. Not saying that you are the wisdom, but your beauty is being referred to as how beautiful wisdom could be. You know, like, oh, look at that beautiful flower.
It's like poetry in motion.
Right. You know, the scriptures say, beauty of a woman cheereth up a man. Okay, let a woman live her lot, man. You trying to make her do more than she need to.
Right.
You know, let her bring forth children and just serve her husband. You trying to put more on her.
Yep.
You trying to get women destroyed. Him trying to put equality, he trying to get you sisters destroyed, man. Right. He trying to put demons in sisters' heads. You know, that nigga got the spirit of the serpent on him. That's the same thing the serpent did. Eve was cooling. She was cooling serving Adam. Then the serpent came along, planted that shit in her head, and down goes Eve.
Yep.
That was that sin, man.
Yep. It says through her we all died.
Right.
You
should get offended at that. He's trying to put demons out here. He's trying to change the doctrine, man. You know, we out here trying to be perfect in a perverse nation, and here comes fucking Coon Jack Jake, man. God damn.
Proverbs 8 and 3. She cried at the gates, at the entry of the city, at the coming in at the doors. Verse 4. Unto you, O men, I call.
Right.
And my voice is to the sons of man.
Right. We understand that, man. You know, we understand that completely. You see, can you get Isaiah 3 and 12? Got to bring that out again, man. Yep. Whatever you got, brother. If you got something too, brother.
Ezekiel 34 and verse 30. Thus shall they know that I, the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, am with them, and that they, even the house of Israel, are my people, said the Lord power.
Yep.
And ye my flock, the flock of my pasture, are men. And I am your power, said Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai.
Right, and we went into before, the Lord commands all males not only to serve him 3 times a year, but also all the firstborn are his, man. You know? There's nothing wrong with that, man. You know? Read what you got.
This is the book of St. Isaiah, chapter 3, and verse 12. As for my people, children are their oppressors.
Right, Esau. Keep going.
And a woman rule over them.
Right, and right now, and women are ruling over us, man. You brothers, you understand, and sisters in the right mind, they understand. You deal with there's wicked men and women. But Esau, through his new world order, which we might have to go into, that his ploy is to put women over men. But he don't know that was a prophecy set up, because a woman in a certain authority, right, is destruction waiting to happen. You know, like a woman police officer. You seen Karen, the cop? She was crying because she's gonna get a damn McGriddle, and she's got a gun on her.
She can shoot anybody.
Oh, girl who shot what was it? He was in his house smoking weed. What was her? The chick, Bohem or something.
Top, right? Yeah.
She shot his ass, man. Unstable. He was popping her.
Oh yeah.
You watched the movie Goodfellas, right? My man Ray Liotta, he had a little side piece, right? And then he comes home, his wife finds out, he wakes up to her with a damn snub nose in his face. She's gonna kill him.
Yep.
And he's the breadwinner. She was gonna kill the man that got the house for her. The fuck? The scriptures say it's foolishness for a woman to tear down her home, man. You know, so there's time and time again that you can go into examples showing why the order, it makes sense. You know, it ain't just because we're scorned or we got bad experiences. We understand, bro. Right. We think with this head, not with that one.
And why you think like so-called black women, like being a single mom, they're always struggling with the children.
Yeah.
And they need to be led by a leader.
Yes.
The father. In the
and
house.
We need to be led as a compared to as a woman by our leader. Yahweh Shemel Shai, and we humbly accept that. You know, this proves you yet again. Correction needs to be brought through Israel, man. There's so much confusion. This is why you just got to be separate. You know, can you get Rev 21? Oh, you still got more? Yeah, yep, and then get Rev 21 and I think 11. He does unjust. Yes. Okay.
Back in Isaiah chapter 3 and verse 12, and as for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. Oh, my people.
Oh, and that's a curse. She that is tender among you, you know, she shall be evil to her husband and her children, man. You know, we ain't come out here to get on the women, but shit, it's a spirit. I see some. I was raised by a single mother. That shit was fucking rough, man. You know, real quick, can you give me Sirach 40 in the first verse? Just real quick, since we're speaking on it. You in it? Sirach 40 and 1? You got it. Get it, Quanawan.
Sirach 40 and 1.
Yeah, I think it's 40 and 1.
Great travail is created for every man, and an heavy yoke is upon the sons of Adam, from the day that they go out of their mother's womb to the day that they return to the mother of all things.
There you go, man. As soon as we come out of the womb, we catching hell, man. And the first people we catch hell with 9 times out of 10 is our own mothers, man.
Hey, it's like Joe said, Joe wished that that he died in the womb.
Yeah, bro.
He was stillborn.
Oh, you got this whole Black Lives Matter, right? They said over 17 million black babies died fucking like a year or something from black women, man.
Abortion.
You got women that'll openly abort their babies, and the man's trying to raise them. So that Jake needs a fucking, I think he's bugged out, bro. You don't understand. We know, man. Okay? We understand. Shit is rough out here, bro. Where we at? What is that? God damn.
Back in Isaiah 3 and 12, as for my people, the Israelites, of course, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them.
Right.
Oh, my people, they which lead thee, cause thee to err, and destroy the way of thy path.
There you go, man. He was a walking example of a path being destroyed, bro. You don't ever want to follow a man that's following a woman, because that woman's still unbeknownst. She's still secretly looking to be led, man. It's called logic, bro. It's called being real. We're realists up here. We understand that. You got yours?
Jeremiah 31 and verse 22. How long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter? For the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, had created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man.
Yeah, bro. I was watching this protest, and you had and I'm going to say, and I ain't saying in like 2 winners, you had the nigga woman standing out there twerking. And you seen that video? It was like 8 police officers, and she's fucking twerking, excuse my language, in front of all of them, man.
And after she made a video, like trying to justify herself.
I ain't even watch that shit, bro. I ain't even want to watch it. Ain't nobody rebuking the fucking, excuse me, man. Ain't nobody rebuking the black woman amongst the black community, man. That shit's terrible. You let them do whatever they want. You let them get out of shape, overweight, loud. You don't correct them. You call them earth. Well, your earth is fucked up, man. Okay? It's polluted. It's rotten. You know? It's just crazy out here. How much you worship the woman, man. Diana. That was he worshiped Diana, bro. You know? And the Lord is going to destroy these idols. With the Lord overthrowing the idols of Babylon, the next to come is you women, bro. I'm telling you.
Quick one.
Yep.
This is the book of Tobit, chapter 4, and verse 13. Now therefore, my son, Love thy brethren and despise not in thy heart thy brethren.
Oh, the water, Amber Geiger, the water. Yep. Read it one more time.
Tobit 4, verse 13. Now therefore, my son, love thy brethren and despise not in thy heart thy brethren, the sons and daughters of thy people.
Right. Hey, I'll give a personal testimony, bro. The scriptures tell you in Sirach like 42, 43, it says not to sit in a company of women. Bro, in the world, I had beef thinking, and I'm in the world, ladies, man, right? Dealing with nothing but women. When it came down to some real shit, I had nobody I could call but a bunch of bitches. And I hate to say it that way, but I'm going to say it that way. So that shows you, bro, you need your brothers, man. This is why David and Jonathan were so close. You know? Oh, yeah. And prime example, if you want, we go to 1 Samuel 30. Could the women fight off Amalek when he kidnapped them when David was out? Women need the men, man. That's why I see as a woman, you should be offended. A dude like that is trying to take away your hedge. It tells you a man shall be a hiding place, a covert from the wind, you know, a fountain in a dry land. He's trying to have you independent out here to independently get destroyed, man. You know? See, Jake don't realize they got demons on them, but those demons, what they do is they spread, man. You know? He could be a contagious demon and spread on you. Now you out here got demons on you. You even got women that know the truth, and their man is letting them preach. Shit's a bad look, bro. It's a bad look.
Got a quick precept.
Okay.
About the brotherhood.
Yeah, the brotherhood is so important, man. You know?
This is the book of 2 Samuel, chapter 1, and I start at verse 23. Saul and Jonathan were lovely and pleasant in their lives. And in their death, they were not divided. They were swifter than eagles. They were stronger than lions. Ye daughters of Israel, weep over Saul, who clothed you in scarlet with other delights, who put on ornaments of gold upon your apparel. How are the mighty fallen in the midst of the battle? O Jonathan, thou wast slain in thine high places. I am distressed for thee, my brother Jonathan.
Right.
Very pleasant hast thou been unto me. Thy love to me was wonderful, passing the love of women.
Woo! Because you know what? At the end of the day, it ain't always about sex and cuddling, man. Yeah, those things are cool, but there's a bigger picture to this thing, man. Okay? And the brotherhood is the most important thing in this truth. Shit, even other camps will tell you that, man. There's major laws on the brotherhood. But then you got Jake who will try to wedge in and just put the woman in there, man. We're not discrediting women, but you got to understand the order of things. Right. Okay? There's a major prophecy that's coming where judgment is going to befall women and children, man. That's going to be a terrible sight to see, but it's going to happen. You know? Was that it?
It's more.
Okay.
Verse 27 says, how are the mighty fallen and the weapons of war perished?
Right. You got some?
This is back in Tobit 4, verse 13. Now therefore, my son, love thy brethren and despise not in thy heart thy brethren, the sons and daughters of thy people.
Oh, you could have a woman who will try to, the scriptures say there's 6 things the Lord hates, and one of them is discord of a brother. How many times, and all of you've dealt with it. I know all y'all, and all y'all dealt with it. I dealt with it. Common to man. How many times you had a woman try to get between you and the brothers? When I'm going to be with a brother. Yo.
Yeah.
Let me give me time to miss your ass, man.
Okay.
You know? You brothers know it, man. Time and time again. It says she snares and nets.
Like the sucky bitch.
Yeah, you can lay down with a woman, try to get up, and she'll pull you back. Like, yo, let me get the fuck out, bro.
My arm's sweet.
Oh, shit, man. We're going to have beautiful times in the kingdom with our wives and our children. But right now, we're at war. Right now, we're in captivity. Right now, we're on punishment, man. So, hey, man, hey, thank the Lord for the little times you do get, you know, with your ins and outs, all right? But we understand the task at hand.
You said 1 Samuel, right?
I think, yeah, 1 Samuel 30. Yep, start at 1.
It's 1 Samuel 30, 1 Samuel 30 and verse 1.
Oh, the brother got more. So
it's lucky, bro.
That's lucky.
It says, and not taking a wife of them, for in pride is destruction and much trouble. And in lewdness is decay and great want, for lewdness is the mother of famine.
Bro, you get a woman today, She's got her cleavage all out,
Nipples out.
titties out, ass out. Like, damn, what you wearing them tight pants for? One, we know a woman, she ain't supposed to wear pants. What are you gonna do? She wearing them shits. What you gonna do? We're wearing mixed fabric, right? But the point is, you get with a woman and she dressing what they say on fleek. She doing that for everybody on the damn block. Oh, there's a video on World Star Hip Hop where this Jake, he did a narration of how he fought the whole block because of his chick. Probably because her ass was walking down the street, swishing ass, opening up to every thirsty traveler, you know?
Getting abroad.
Getting abroad, you know? Shit, I've dealt with that. You get with a woman, there's mad drama.
Open her quick for every arrow.
And there's another reason why you want a virgin. Because she got crazy ass exes, man. You know?
Niggas
Crazy baby daddies. That shit is hell. Shit is hell, bro. Shit is hell. That was it, right? And with all this lewdness that women are walking around in, all your queens, which queen goes back to whore, okay? Quean. Look it up. It goes back to whore. All right, that's going to be also the cause of the famine coming. All this lewdness, girls going wild, twerking. That's all the black woman does, man. Twerk, twerk, twerk. That shit is corny, man. You got all this shit going on in the earth. I see a woman twerk. I pass that shit. Fuck, I need to look at this for. You have people toppling statues and taking over prison, police precincts, worrying about some fucking woman in Fashion Nova. Fuck that shit, man. You know?
This is the book of 1 Samuel 30 and verse 1. And it came to pass when David and his men were come to Ziklag on the third day, that the Amalekites had invaded the south,
right,
and Ziklag and smitten Ziklag.
So this is Esau, okay? Because soon Esau is going to come in like a flood, and guess what? He's going to use your women against you and your children against you. Watch the movie Unthinkable.
Oh yeah,
with Samuel Jackson, bro, killed his wife in front of him and was torturing his babies, man, or threatening to do so. You know, it's about to get real crazy out here, man. Keep going.
It says, and smitten Ziklag and burned it with fire, and had taken the women captives.
See, if the women were equal to us, how could he take them captive? Because these women were delicate. They stayed at home. They knew their role. But Esau, being that devil, his wicked war tactics, he waited till the men left the city, just like he did with Gad, okay, and took them, man. And that's what he's coming to do again. This is why we got to serve the Lord, so we can protect our women and children, you know? Keep going. This is why brothers are out here, standing up for the Lord, standing stiffly, because we know in the back of our minds through faith, we know that for us forsaking them, we could get that 100-fold, man. And they could be protected, you know? The scriptures say, seek thy own salvation. But see, Jay can't understand, like when you tell him how Esau is the enemy, he's like, well, why are you smiling with him? We're using wisdom, bro. We're not emotional, you know?
Right, everything's a balance.
Yeah, Jake's too emotional. He's so emotional, he can't come to camp and not think about his woman for 2 fucking minutes. He can't get out of the flesh. What further proves this is all the spirit, man. You don't think brothers weren't full-time fathers? You know? You don't think brothers had jobs and so-called careers? But we got awoken, man. Keep going.
Back in 1 Samuel 30 and verse 2, and had taken the women captives that were therein, they slew not any, either great or small, but carried them away and went on their way.
So he took women, he took servants, maids, concubines, and he took babies. You see that? And he took babies. But if the Lord's with you, he'll protect them. Keep going.
Verse 3. So David and his men came to the city,
right,
and behold, it was burned with fire.
So he came back. He's seeing everything all set on fire, everything in disarray, seeing shit in shambles. His love of his life, his woman's gone, his wives are gone, his babies. You know, keep going.
And it says, and their wives and their sons and their daughters were taken captive.
His wives and his sons, bro. Keep going.
It's like a ransom on him.
Right.
And it says, then David and the people that were with him lifted up their voice and wept.
Right. We lose a loved one, we can mourn. You know, we're not robots, bro. But we're walking of a mindset of a different caliber. That's why it's bewildering to Jake. Like, what? What? You know what I mean? You don't call the radio and request songs for your girl? You didn't bow your knee too? What are you doing for Valentine's Day? We're becoming holy, man. We're going back to the ancient righteous ways, which proves your modern day society is devolved, bro. It ain't a masculine spirit out here. It's weak. It's a weak spirit out here. And the women know it, you know? Keep going.
And it says, until they had no more power to weep.
Damn, so they cried until he couldn't cry no more. You see? So and King David was a man of the Lord. So he was serving the Lord, and he still loved his wife to death. It's called balance, bro. That's all it is. Jake can't get it, man. Keep going.
Verse 5. And David's 2 wives were taken captive.
His how many?
And David's 2 wives.
He had 2 wives, man. So that's for a cut for you simp ass niggas. He like, I gotta bow to my knee twice. You know? I already did it once. Alimony.
Get re-engaged.
I gotta get, and engaged means to battle. You know, they say I'm engaged. Yeah. Engaged means to battle, bro. The whole shit is off. Why do you think when somebody say we're engaged, they're fighting?
Get divorced, separated.
Bro, keep going.
And it says, and David, it's like and David, verse 5, and David's 2 wives were taken captives. Anom, the Jezreelites, and Abigail, the wife of Nabal the Carmelite. And David was greatly distressed, for the people spake with stoning him, because the soul of all the people was grieved, every man for his sons and for his daughters.
Right.
But David encouraged himself in the Lord his God.
He did what?
But David encouraged himself in the Lord Yahweh Shai, his power.
See? He sought the Lord, bro. I'm going to go to the Lord, man. Something happens, I'm going to inquire from the Lord. What do I do? How do I handle this? Right? Keep going.
And David said to
because the Lord didn't answer the prayers of the wives. They got took. But now watch what happens when David called to his power.
Right. And David said to Abiathar the priest, Amalekh's son, I pray thee, bring me hither the ephod.
The ephod. So he said, I need to call the Lord, man. I need to call the Lord and find out what I need to do. You know, did David get offended that his wives got took? No. He was sorrowful and he prayed to the Lord. Like us. Something happens, we inquired the Lord. What do we do? Please guide us. Tell us what to do. You know, you got Jake, they go to their woman. The woman don't even know what she wants for dinner. And he talking about, what do we do? I'm looking to you. I'm waiting for you to tell me. Right?
Yeah.
You know? It's like you got an animal. You lead the animal. You teach the animal. Hey, even the Lord had Adam dealing with animals first and then gave him a wife. As a helpmeet, man. Keep going.
And it says, and Abiathar brought thither the ephod to David.
Yeah.
And David inquired at the Lord, saying, shall I pursue after this troop? Shall I overtake them? And he answered him.
So he was asking, so he had enough discretion and discipline and not off emotion. Because immediately you would think something happened to your wife, my man Denzel. They tried to kill my wife.
They shot at my wife.
He was losing it.
Right.
But he didn't seek counsel from the Lord. Listen to that. You know, that reminds me of the account when that ruler of the synagogue, his daughter was dying. Instead of him staying by his daughter's bed, he went and sought Yahweh Shai. Yep. You see what I'm saying? The Lord will do things for you to be brought closer to him. When it says forsake land, that's for you to get closer to the Lord. That's all it is, man.
My thoughts are not your thoughts. My ways are not your ways.
And we see like, oh, makes sense now. I was too caught up in that. Now that I got, reborn, now I can handle it without abusing it. Keep going.
And it says, and he pursued, and he answered him, pursue.
So the Lord, he asked permission. Can I go get vengeance on them? They took my wife, my children. What do I do? He said, man, pursue their ass, man. You see? Because the scriptures say pretty much don't do anything without counsel. Keep going.
And it says, for thou shalt surely overtake them, and without fail recover all.
Woo! See? Man. Trust in the Lord, bro. The Lord the Lord could have your wife and children get kidnapped. And you say, man, Baba Kasha, you help me. The Lord put a spirit on you. Go get them. And you run through a troop. Remember it says you shall chase 1,000? That 1,000 might have your family in captivity, man.
This is Proverbs 18 and verse 10. The name of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai is a strong
tower.
The righteous running into it and is safe.
See that? So you know his wife was trusting in David because she knew he trusted in the Lord. That's a trickle effect. That's all it is. You know, a woman understands that it's her man. Then you know she got to go through her Lord, and her man, or a wife knows she got to go through her man, and her man's got to go through the Lord. You see, and that man, he calls in that name, and he's in that strong tower. And then put your family in that strong tower. You know, and you got to believe that, man. You know, go back to this.
Back in 1 Samuel 30 and verse 9, and it says, so David went, he and the 600 men that were with him, and came to the brook Besor, where those that were left behind stayed. But David pursued, he and 400 men.
Right, because they had the spirit on them. Probably galloping, had all types of chariots, horses. Shit, some men might have been running. You know what I mean? It was different back then. But they had the go-ahead, the green light from the Lord. So they knew the deal. Just like with us, that's why we're confident in the Lord. You know, we believe in the Lord. So this is why we come out and preach. This is why we do what we do. You know, keep going.
And it says, for 200 men, it's like for 200 abode behind,
right,
which were so faint that they could not go over the brook Besor.
See, they were faint. But King David and the 400 men weren't. Keep going.
And they found an Egyptian in the field,
right,
and brought him to David and gave him bread, and he did eat.
Right, so they were running so quick, they caught up with one of the servants of the Edomites, man. Keep going.
And they made him drink water, and they gave him a piece of a cake of figs and 2 clusters of raisins. And when he had eaten, his spirit came again to him, for he had eaten no bread nor drunk any water 3 days and 3 nights.
Right, because Esau probably was starving his ass, man. Keep going.
And David said unto him, to whom belongest thou, and whence art thou? And he said, I am a young man of Egypt, servant to an Amalekite.
See? So Esau had slaves back then, man. Right. He had slaves working for him back then too, but he wasn't treating them right. King David and his men. See, we're righteous, bro. You know? We're righteous men through the Spirit of the Lord. Even our servants, we ain't gonna be beating them and killing. Nah, man. You want to get right so you can treat our land right. You know, keep going. We treat our women right. You know, we don't just abuse our women and kick them to the curb. We make sure we are at peace with all men and women to the best of our ability. You know?
And it says,
we don't just be out here, oh, you fucking bro. We walk different out here, man. Keep going.
And it says, servant to an Amalekite, and my master left me because 3 days ago I fell sick.
So he, instead of Esau feeding him, he said, fuck, you know, I got one of these young Israelites I'm gonna build up. But now, because of his cruel nature, that servant, if he would have fed him, he wouldn't have told King David this. Watch. See, a lot Esau, the shit Esau does comes and bites him in his ass, man. Watch, keep going.
Verse 14. We made an invasion upon the south of the Cherethites, and upon the coast which belonged to Judah, and upon the south of Caleb, and we burned Ziklag with fire. And David said to him, canst thou bring me down to this company? And he said, swear unto me by the Most High, that thou wilt neither kill me nor deliver me into the hands of my master, and I will bring thee down to this company. And when
you know how many times a heathen would make a proposition with us, and we would live up to that end of that. You know, Rahab. Remember the Hamites? They claimed that they were from a different. When Joshua, when we were going through each land, they supplanted them. Like, we've come from this far, and they're like, please let us. And they made a deal with them. You know, and guess what? We live up. We're men of our word, because the Lord is a man of His word. See, these other heathens, you're gonna see they deal treacherously. That's why it says in Proverbs, when the righteous are in authority, all people are going to rejoice. So like, man, they ain't doing me dirty, you know? Keep going.
Verse 16. And when he had brought him down, behold, they were spread abroad upon all the earth, eating and drinking.
Right. So here it is. He wasn't feeding his servant, but they out eating and drinking.
Man.
Raunchy ass Esau, man. He does that to this day. Eat in front of you. That's why we got grits. Right? Eat the corn. He throw you the gristle. He throw you the intestines.
Lazarus parable.
Right. Eating deliciously every day. You know? And this is why Jake tries to get in cahoots with Esau, because they want that temporal gain. See, the flesh wants temporal gain. The spirit wants eternal. We're about eternal, man. Okay? And with eternal comes sacrifices. We've grown to understand that. Jake has a temporal mindset right now. Portions of Jake. They have a very temporal mindset. That's why they can't get that.
Like the one earlier.
He couldn't get it. Bro, that's why through the spirit, I was like, I'm going to just like man that shit. Like, I'm not even going to engage it. You know what I mean? I'm just going to deflect it. Just to keep and through the spirit, his ass got clean out of here. And why did he leave? Because he had his son with him. See? The cares of this world took his ass out of here. You know? And that's another thing. His son's marching around. You know what I mean? Like, how can you be on point? Oh, even the scripture says a man that has a daughter, he loses sleep because of her. Because he's so focused on making sure that she ain't getting popped and causing him to be a laughing stock.
Being a whole shit.
Right. You're just adding extra burdens onto you. It's just the truth at this moment. That's all. Keep going.
In 1 Samuel 30 and verse 16.
It's law. You holding anything?
Yeah, got it.
Okay, and then can you also get it's in 1 Corinthians 7, it's lawful but not expedient. Is that 7? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. All things are lawful.
Yeah, like it's lawful for us to have wives, right? It's lawful for us to be fruitful and multiply. But is it wise?
Nah.
No. Bro, if I had 5 wives and 12 kids, I'm going to be a stress box because that's 12 wives. I got to pray. I hope they don't take the chip. Esau don't rape them and kidnap them and torture them. 12 kids. They got to get vaccines, go to school, learn his fucking doctrine. Come on, man. You know?
It's not your rest.
It's not restful, bro. That's stressful. You see like, damn, you're right. Like that's stressful, man. Yeah, you can do that. But is it wise? No. You know? That's why Isaiah 4:1 is going to come into play, where one man is going to have a complete number of women. Okay, brothers, you may be single now. The Lord's going to have all types of women for you very soon.
Right. Shit, man. Even dealing with 2 females, that's a lot.
Even dealing with 1.
Sheesh. Right, dealing with 1. That's
you know.
1 Corinthians 6, verse 12. All things are lawful unto me, but all things are not expedient.
Right. Hey. One of our laws, killing homosexuals. It's lawful, but is it expedient? No. Okay, it's a bad look on the ministry. You don't think if we did that, vocab, he'd have a field day, boy? You know? You got to understand this. The law is a schoolmaster. You know? We understand. Me and the bro were just talking about this last night about women, single. You know what I mean? Like all that. It ain't a conversation. It's not a debate. You don't have to fucking debate about
common sense.
It's common sense, bro.
But
it's the common sense ain't so common, man. Was that it?
It says all things are lawful for me, but I will not be brought under the power of any.
Beautiful. And then you have a precept? Because this account's almost over, but get your precept, brother.
This is let's see.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, it finished. This is a little more, and then this will come out.
back in 1 Samuel 30 and 16. They were spread abroad upon all the earth, eating and drinking and dancing because of all the great spoil that they had taken out of the land of Philistine and out of the land of Judah.
Listen to that. So they got your wives, they got your babies, they eating, they drinking. And if King David ain't come in time, who knows what they would have did to him.
Right.
Remember the parable about the tare and the wheat? You know?
Verse 17. And David smote them with the twilight even unto the evening of the next day. And there
so he got them from the night into the morning, man. He ran down on them in the midst of their fire, in the midst of their eating and their careless, proud spirit. Ran down on their ass with 400 men.
So like you was going into that last week about Esau, he's in his gated community.
Yep.
They're dancing.
Yep. That's in Job.
Open curtains, open windows, locked doors.
His house is safe from the rod of the Most High. And then look what happens when you serve the Lord and you wait upon the Lord. Look what he does. He brings your enemies to your footsteps, man. Keep going.
And it's verse 17. And David smote them with the twilight even unto the evening of the next day. And there escaped not a man of them save 400 young men, which rode upon camels and fled. And David recovered all that the Amalekites had carried away, and David rescued his 2 wives.
Woo! That's spiritual. Because like right now, I think it's about to end. Like right now, our wives are captive. They got to go to their schools.
Back in 1 Samuel chapter 30 and verse 17. And David smote them from the twilight even until the evening of the next day. And there escaped not a man of them.
Right. And you know what it reminds me of? Like, you know, like in a movie or like a cartoon, you see them tussling and there's a big pile and one of them tries to run and you see an arm stretch out, pull his ass back in. Man, the Lord allowed King David to run amok on Esau, man. And you know they was messing them up. You don't think they took their wives and babies peacefully? Like, come on. They probably hurting them, grabbing them, got them in chains. Who knows? You don't know what he did. Right. It says that even the mercy of the wicked is cruel. You know? Could have had him in a some kind of cage, you know? Or being hauled by some mule and shit. He's dancing and, you know, like saying all crazy shit around him. Esau sinister, bro. And that's right now, man. You got a wife right now. She's got to go to work for Esau. You got a children. He's got to go to school for Esau. Then in the schools, you got damn sodomites teaching the kids. Shit, even in the world, my child's principal was a sodomite, man. Shit angered me, you know? Teaching them Edomite history. On this side, glorifying it, you know? And you trying to tell us to have more kids here? You damn bastard. That's an enemy, bro. Keep going. Just a little more, brother.
And it says, save 400 young men, which rode upon camels and fled. And David recovered all that the Amalekites had carried away, and David rescued his 2 wives. And there was nothing lacking to them, neither small nor great, neither sons nor daughters, neither spoil, nor anything that had taken them that had taken to them. David recovered all.
There you go, man.
Oh, it's more.
See? So you trusting in the Lord, you serving the Lord. Hey, it says the Lord knows how many hairs are on your head. I mean, and the time coming, we might be separated from our family. So we got to have faith and think about this account. When Esau comes in like a flood and attempts to kidnap our wives or our babies, he could lift up a standard for us to get him, or Maya Ka'ala, which we started with, he could stand up and get him. But having a mindset like him, you better count them gone. You ain't been serving the Lord, they're gone. But us serving the Lord, we're going to have faith. Like, nope, the Lord protecting mine, just like he's protecting me. Keep going.
1 Samuel 30 and 20. And David took all the flocks and the herds, which they drave before those other cattle, and said, this is David's spoil.
Ooh, see?
He took everything.
Now he said, this is my spoil. Now I can take. You know? Look at that, man. You got it. You got it.
Man, that was beautiful because it all goes into what he was talking about. This is when war. And this nigga's trying to have babies and shit.
Right.
But it goes on to it.
Right.
We go to war, we make peace, and then we have our spoils.
Yep.
Our women.
Right.
Right.
Our rest. See? In the midst of war, your wives and children could be took. But if you're not serving the Lord, then they won't be protected. You know, we understand that. We understand that martial law is coming, a great mass vaccination and chipping. And, you know, so we pray to the Lord that don't happen to our homes and our loved ones. But that's a request we make to the Lord because we know we're serving him. It says that if a sinner, the Lord don't hear. You know, we're not willingly sinning.
Right.
You know, so we know our prayers are being heard. Agree what you got, brother.
This is Galatians chapter 6, verse 7. Be not deceived, for the Most High, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap.
Break it down, brother.
Yeah, so pretty much Esau's going to have to reap everything that he's sown. That's why you got this new series called Cracker, which depicts Esau in slavery. They're actually going to go into slavery. Man. It says, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. So everything that they sow, they're going to reap it back.
Right. So this is the process that has to happen. Jake has to, you know what the problem, can you get that? Is it Micah 2 and 10? This is not your rest?
Yeah, I was just about to get this.
Yeah, that's the spirit, because it's like, you in the truth, you learn, oh shit, this ain't my rest. I'm not set up to be successful here. Damn. You know, and a part of success, a part of a man's joy is wives and children. That's a part of it, living sacrifice. You got? Oh, he's got it. He got it. Get Jeremiah 16. We'll go into it. Why? You know?
St. Micah chapter 2 and verse 10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest.
Right.
Because it is polluted.
Right.
It shall destroy you.
Oh, why? Another thing. Why I don't want multiple wives here? She could cheat on you.
Exactly.
She could commit adultery.
Right.
And then jealousy is the rage of a man. You might lose it. You mix the wrong thing together with the demons, like you. If Satan could use a woman against you.
And what's that? Paul said it, trouble in the flesh.
Yeah, bro. You know, hey, man, that's why this ain't our rest, man. That's why we count our blessings. The scriptures also say, labor and content of those works is a sweet life. So just be content with what you got. The Lord throw you a little bone, the water. But I ain't gonna, you know what I mean, go too deep. You know, always remember J. Reed. What you got?
Jeremiah.
Yeah, 16, just start at 1.
Jeremiah 16 and verse 1. The word of the Lord, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, came unto me, saying,
Right.
Thou shalt not take thee a wife, neither shalt thou have sons nor daughters in his place.
But then they say, what do he say? But it says, be fruitful and multiply. Nigga, learn logic. You know, are you gonna move in a burning house?
Right.
You know?
Mary's about to crumble.
You know? How many times men that have children, the first time you found out you had a kid, it was kind of tough because you might not have been well off. Oh, fuck, I gotta go to work. And that's another thing. You gotta work 9 to 5. You don't have breakfast with your wife and family. Or your job may be 11 to 8, 3 to 11. You can't have dinner with your family. Your kid's at school all day. Your wife's over here. Your child's getting raised in daycare. You know what I mean? I just seen this damn video of Nanny. She was charging niggas $8 a minute to twerk naked while the kids she was watching were right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, your children aren't safe here. You ain't safe here. This ain't your rest, bro. You gotta use logic, man. Damn. Keep going.
It says, For thus said the Lord, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, concerning the sons and the daughters that are born in his place.
So now he said, don't have wives and kids, right? But it's gonna happen. Brothers have had kids, right? But we have faith in the Lord, okay? But those that are just out here doing them, multiple kids. You had this nigga, NBA young boy, his 7th son, man. He's a complete demon, and he just had 2 kids in one day.
He's younger as fuck too.
He's got all types of STDs. He smokes. He does all this, and he's bringing little demons into this earth. Monstrous women and monster children. You know what's gonna happen to them. Yep. Keep going.
They are born in his place, and concerning their mothers that bear them.
Yep.
And concerning their fathers that begot them in this land.
Yep.
They shall die of grievous deaths.
It said they shall die of grievous deaths, bro. Who wants to get multiple women in your life to open up that spirit of love and compassion just for them to die? What the hell's wrong with you, man? What kind of person are you? That shows you the flesh is dangerous. He was all saying that because of the flesh.
Yep, it says having an eternal mind is death.
Enmity.
Enmity with the Most High.
Get that, Romans 8. We called for it earlier. If you don't got none, get Romans 8. And it said grievous death. When you go into this word grievous, it goes into pestilence. So there's a great pestilence coming that is going to befall Jake and their families, man. It's going to be crazy out here. So why would you want to add to that destruction? You know, keep going.
They shall not be lamented, neither shall they be buried, but they shall be as dung upon the face of the earth.
Hey, look at this. Jasmine T said, they used to toss the kids in my old daycare and let them drop. And I remember there was this Edomite, they used to do like fight clubs in the daycares. Dang. Making babies fight each other, throwing kids around. Even when I was a kid, this Edomite abused me, man. Grabbed my arm and shit. I had to go home like, Mom. I had no dad to run to. Fucked up out here, man. Yo, Jake is grimy, bro. You grimy. You want to bring more Jakes in the world just to get judged. That's a grimy ass nigga, man. That's an enemy to the nation of Israel. Someone like that, you know? You got your Jakes that pass. Let them be, you know? Let them pass. You trying to bring them back for more judgment, man. Jacob's trouble is going to be bad out here. Read that again, Salakia.
They shall die of grievous deaths.
Yep.
They shall not be lamented, neither shall they be buried.
And what's that mean? The time's coming. The Jakes, the women. Oh, we gotta get Ezekiel 9.
I'm already at it.
Up to spirit. You got you're gonna have, because right now a Jake dies. What do? Protest. It's gonna be so bad they're not even gonna be able to protest because they're gonna be looking like Childish Gambino and the end of This Is America, running for their own lives, man. Nigga like that gonna lose weight running in Jacob's trouble, and I guarantee he gonna leave his babies, man. He gonna leave his fucking kids, man. Calling on Raw, dumbass nigga, man. And you think we want to come at our people like that? But the state they're in, it's got to be said. Keep going.
Neither shall they be buried.
Yep.
They shall be as dung upon the face of the earth.
Just left right out in the street. Yep.
And they shall be consumed by the sword and by the famine, and their carcasses shall be meat for the fowls of heaven and for the beasts of the earth.
And you know who that is? Those are your wives, your husbands, your ring bearers. You know? Yeah, it's all nice, but it ain't the kingdom yet. Let Esau have his wives and weddings. Jacob, he's envying his oppressor. He wants what Esau's got. He hasn't accepted captivity. The scripture, it's a law in Leviticus 26. We're supposed to accept our captivity. We accept what we're in. Ah, man, this what I got to go through.
Taking the low.
You got to take the low. But there's going to, now get Ezekiel 9 and start at 4. Yep.
Ezekiel 9 and 4.
Hey, this is the nastiness of the scriptures. You know, an Israelite family is a very beautiful thing, but it can't be beautiful in captivity. You know, it's right.
Ezekiel 9 and 4. And the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahshai said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem.
See, through the midst of Jerusalem. And wherever Jake is, that's Jerusalem. You want to get Ezekiel 5 and 5? Did you have anything? No. Okay, Ezekiel 5 and 5 real quick, just for edification. Wherever Jake is, that's Jerusalem. Because remember, we were a people before a place. Okay? Just read it from the top again, Bubba Show.
No.
Yep.
Ezekiel 9 and 4. And the Lord said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem.
Right, and he's telling the angel, because if you start at 8, remember he's got the, yep, that's an angel writing. Now real quick, 5 and 5.
Ezekiel 5 and verse 5. Thus said the Lord, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, this is Jerusalem. I have set in the midst of the nations and the countries that are round about her.
There you go. This is Jerusalem. In the midst of nations and countries. Meaning wherever Jake is, that's Jerusalem. Okay? And what does Esau do? He packs Jerusalem in small projects and ghettos and hoods. You know? Now read it from the top again, brother.
Ezekiel 9 and 4. And the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahshai said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof.
He said, set a mark on the men that sigh and cry. We're crying and sighing, man. Okay? We're saying, man, we're in captivity. We can't get a woman if we do. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? You have a kid. You're like, oh, fuck. Bills, holes in my pocket. Wickedness, LGBT. All this is going. We're vexed. And he said, set a mark. And if you go into that Hebrew word for mark, it's the wa, which is exempt from judgment. This is what you're supposed to do. You're not supposed to be settled on your lees. You're supposed to be sighing and crying. Even my man Denzel in Fences, he's just pissed off. His woman couldn't make him happy. You know, he'd walk out of the house, man. Fuck. He got his son, a white dad, his coach to be his dad. You know, his brother's not all there. You know, he's living in a house. It's all fucked up. He's like, damn, man. You know, I just can't get it. And that's how we are, you know. But we understand why. Keep going.
Verse 5. And to the others he said in mine hearing.
Right, to the others that say, be fruitful, multiply. The woman was equal. You got 2 nipples. Say you got 2 nipples, bro. Oh my God. But Jake like that. Keep going.
Go ye after him through the city and smite.
And who else?
Let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity.
Neither spare or have pity. This is why it tells us, lift up thy voice like a trumpet. Spare not. Because if we spare you now, not only your blood is going to be on our hands and yours. So we'll both get judged. because what's coming, there ain't going to be a sparing for you, man. Remember, we were talking about that earlier. Great judgment for Jake is coming. We were just talking about it this morning. And look at how the Spirit manifested. What are we getting at right now? How great judgment is coming, man. And so much that it ain't wise for you to try to settle down and get a family. Because Esau's going to be able to come against your family, man, if you ain't right with the Lord. And that's a terrible thing. That's a scary thing. And that's prophecy. Keep going.
Verse 6, slay utterly old and young,
yep,
both maids and little children, and women, but come not near any man upon whom is the mark.
Come not near any who?
Any man.
Any man. Real quick, I know you guys get Ezekiel 32. Is it Ezekiel 32? He shall make him a hiding place.
Oh, Isaiah.
Isaiah.
Yeah.
Get that real quick, because it said, come not into any man. And what's going to happen underneath that man? That man may have wives and children. So there's an umbrella. It's like an umbrella. You know what I mean? You will cover those underneath you, i.e. your family, depending, Now, not all might be the case, because a part of the nastiness of the scriptures, some of our family might take the chip. Some of our family might accept, the mark of the beast or be destroyed. We have to accept that. But that's why we go harder seeking our own salvation, because through us, they'll come back.
This is the book of St. Isaiah, chapter 32, and I start verse 1. Behold, a king shall reign in righteousness, and princes shall rule in judgment. And a man shall be as an hiding place from the wind, and a covert from the tempest.
And why? Because he's got the mark from serving the Lord, from sighing and crying, from preaching, being in season, out of season, being a living sacrifice, forsaking. See, not only we forsake evil too, man. Keep going.
And it says, and a man shall, and an elect man shall be as an hiding place from the wind, and a covert from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land.
Ooh, man, see? It all comes down to the Lord's elect man, okay? You got the 144,000 within the 1/3, okay? Finish Ezekiel.
You want to start at 6 again?
Yeah.
Ezekiel 9:6, slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children.
And he's talking to an angel. Don't you know when Satan jumped on King David to number Israel, that the angel smoked 70,000 Israelites?
Well, right.
Men, women, and children, and it was by pestilence. He did that, bro. So much where the Lord had to stop him. Like, all right, that's enough. So bro, you don't understand, bro. Like, man, at a beck. They do the bidding of the Lord, man. It don't matter a gender. Sometimes it don't matter the age either. It matters if you're of the Lord's elect, though.
Whoever died being of
innocent.
Parents be innocent.
Exactly. That's a good scripture. Finish that off, brother.
But come not near any man upon whom is the mark.
Yep.
It began at my sanctuary.
Oh, judgment must begin at the house of the Most High. We are the house, man. Okay? That was it, right?
Last minute.
Yeah.
That was pretty much.
Oh, see? So, hey, man, this is serious. When you hear that, you're like, oh, shit, they're going to slay utterly old and young, maids, women, and children? Shit, I got women and children. So you're like, what do I do to get them protected? Well, brother, you got to serve the Lord, man. You got to serve. The Lord ain't looking for just a family man Israelite. Now there are helps in the ministry where men may not preach, but they help. They're involved. You know what I mean? They're not just saying, shalom, bring out the fire, Most High Christ bless.
And that's the 1/3. They're part of the 1/3.
Right.
Of the men and women and children.
Right. You have Israelites that give gifts to the prophets. They will receive the reward as a prophet.
Drink of water.
Right. Just by giving them a drink of water. We had, I think it was like our first winter, me and Marora out here, a woman, she said, I was compelled, it was dead winter. She said, I was compelled to give you a hot cocoa. So that's a blessing under her. That could be a blessing under her. Just that example.
Then you had a lady in the wheelchair. She had no fingers and gave us the last of her change.
Yeah.
It wasn't even 50 cents.
And that's the scriptures. Remember the woman? She gave a penny.
Oh, yeah.
And Yahweh he said that, I believe it was he said, that's more than all this shit you got. Yep. You know what I mean? You got some?
This is Micah 2:10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest.
And that's the spirit. It's coming out again. Jake, you have to understand, you ain't gonna get rest here. And all them Jakes that are protesting, they think this is their rest. That's why they're protesting, to get rights. Governor Cuomo, He said, Juneteenth, a national holiday. Jake went nuts. Nigga, we made it. We have a holiday. Remember, the brother was saying, he was like, here it is, you get 28 days, and now you get a holiday. Jake think they're free.
29 days.
No, you're the homeborn slave.
Right, homeborn. That's like you giving your little brother the fucking controller that's not plugged in.
Yep, placebo.
Here you go.
It's like homosexuals get more days than Jake.
Right, right. Oh, and now they're the foundation of BLM. Now the Black Lives Matter, it's a gay agenda.
Yeah.
Every time you see Black Lives Matter, there's a rainbow flag.
Right. Who's together?
Yeah. And the leader of Black Lives Matter is a lesbian. You know?
Man.
Yo, Jake's through. Any time they find rest is temporal, and it ain't real rest because their spirit ain't at rest. There's always something else they're lacking.
It shall destroy you, even with a sword of destruction.
See? What's going to destroy you? This land that creates a facade of rest, you know? Esau's media, he likes to create a happy home. Oh, they have a term, happy wife, happy life.
Right.
That's terrible, bro. That's terrible, man. You're a servant to a woman because, see, there's a doctrine for you to serve your woman so you don't serve the Lord. Oh, 9 times out of 10, Jake go to a Christian church because his woman's taking it. Shit is wild out here. You got more? Yep, bringing them out.
Amos 6 and verse 1. Woe unto them that are at ease in Zion,
Yep.
and that trust in the mountains of Samaria, which are named chief of the nations, to whom the house of Israel came.
Right. Woe to you that are at ease, man. You know? Here it is. We got a curse. What is that? Deuteronomy 28 and like 60. Can you get it? Your life shall hang in doubt. Want to get that? That's another thing, bro. We're under curses. See, we couldn't even go into the curses. Jake talk about get a wife. It says you shall betroth a wife and another man shall lie with her. Why do you want to add that drama to you, Jake? You know? Why do you want baby mama drama? Right? Then you get a woman, she can put you on child support. They take your license. They take your wages. You know? That guy's bugged, bro. You acting like you Mac Daddy. Like the woman you get gonna be with you forever.
I'm a sovereign citizen.
This nigga, he's a Moor, he's sovereign, he's an Egyptian, and he's an Israelite. And he's an American.
He said last week, I'm an Israelite, but I'm also an Egyptian.
It's like start at 58. It'll come out.
This is Deuteronomy 28 and verse 58. If thou wilt not observe to do all the words of this law that are written in this book, that thou mayest fear this glorious and fearful name, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, thy power.
Oh, that's a commandment. You're supposed to fear the name of the Lord, which that's a cut to IUIC, bro. And I'm going to say it again. We will never be united in Christ, man. All right? We're going to be united kingdom in the name of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, man. And that's a law right there. Keep going.
Then the Lord will make thy plagues wonderful, and the plagues of thy seed even great plagues, and of long continuous.
It talks about the curses will be on our children. So you want to bring a Jake baby in the world just for curses to be on him, man? You don't got your head in the game. Even Lawrence Tate said it in Dead Presidents. I don't want to see a picture of my daughter. I'm at war right now, you know, and it makes sense, you know. Yeah, I pray for my daughter more than I could talk to her, but when I can and have, I love it. I cherish it. We don't get too deep in it, man. We're gonna have eternity. You don't. Job was able to see his grandchildren. All right. So imagine when we get to see our children's children, man.
All eternity.
Come on now.
Every generation.
That's worth it, bro. Here it is on this side. The most you can live is 120. And in that 120 years, it's death, grievous, anxiety, hell, oppression. You know, I was just telling the bro the other day, I said, I don't want Esau to die. I want him to serve. When we get his ass, I don't want him to get a quick death. I want him to die old. I want him to be on this planet long.
Right.
Let him go through hard rigor, man.
Aches and pain.
Right.
Fucked up body.
Come on, man. Keep going.
And then the Lord will make thy plagues wonderful, and the plagues of thy seed even great plagues, and of long continuous, and of sore sickness, and of long continuous.
Long continuous. Damn. No end, bro. Right no rest. Keep going.
Moreover, he will bring all the diseases of Egypt which thou wast afraid of, and they shall cleave unto thee.
So you got to deal with disease. Then you get a baby. The baby got disease. Then you get a woman. She's got diseases. You know, keep going.
And they shall cleave unto thee. Also every sickness and every plague which is not written in the book of this law, then will the Lord bring upon thee until thou be destroyed.
And that's not only now, but coming more with the prophecy of Jeremiah 16. When he said, man, don't take a wife in this land, bro. What I'm about to bring, see, keep going.
And ye shall be left few in number, whereas ye were as the stars of heaven for multitude, because thou wouldest not obey the voice of the Lord thy power.
Keep going.
And it shall come to pass that as the Lord rejoiced over you to do you good and to multiply you, so the Lord will rejoice over you to destroy you.
Damn. So the Lord is going to rejoice when he has judgment on Jake, man. That's scary. That's scary, bro.
Right.
Damn. He said, I'm going to rejoice in that. Right. Oh, it says spirits were created for vengeance to appease the wrath that made him. So that's going to appease the Lord to bring judgment on Jake. Keep going.
And to bring you to naught, and ye shall be plucked from off the land where thou goest to possess it.
Keep going.
And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people, from the one end of the earth even unto the other.
Yep.
And there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone.
So you would get a wife, and she gonna fall into being a Catholic, or your daughter into Islam, or your son. Those are curses, man. You think just because you have a kid, they're gonna serve Yahweh Bashim Yahushai? You heard his son. He was saying some bugged out stuff.
Right, he was saying, man. Right. Three means Trinity.
That shit was bugged, bro.
Crazy, you know?
Keep going. It's coming up.
It says, and among these nations thou shalt find no ease.
This is not your rest. You see that? You get, bro. How many times? Oh, what did Jake do? Shit, my mom did it. You have a son. You know you got a black son, so you want to move him to a white neighborhood. Then his ass gets persecuted all day in the school. Got nigger written on his locker. Book right. He's getting all this hemmed up. Ain't no ease out here. You know? Keep going.
Neither shall the sole of thy foot have rest, but the Lord shall give thee there a trembling heart and a failing of eyes and a sorrow of mind.
Keep going.
And thy life shall hang in doubt before thee.
And thy life shall. So here it is. Esau hangs you from a tree, and then all day you're worried about your life just hanging in doubt. You don't know. You know your kids could get kidnapped.
It was a video of a Jake kid playing basketball in his driveway. Oh yeah. And the cop car drove past, and the Jake fucking hide from the cop.
That was sad, bro.
I'm like, damn.
That was sad.
Man, that's a curse.
That's a curse, man. He was playing basketball. He saw the cop, and he hid like this so the cop couldn't see him, and then he went back to playing.
Wasn't after him.
That's terrible.
That's oppression. That's systematic oppression, man.
That's terrible, bro. That's terrible, man. That's why, hey, man, we try to serve the Lord 10 times more. We try. That's what the Lord wants. Fear, sincerity, you know? Keep going. Or just finish 66 if you could, Robert. Sure.
And among these nations thou shalt find no ease. Yep. Neither shall the sole of thy foot have rest, but the Lord shall give thee their trembling heart and failing of eyes and sorrow of mind. And thy life shall hang in doubt before thee, and thou shalt fear day and night, and shalt have none assurance of thy life.
Damn, bro. No assurance of thy life. Imagine having to sit down and tell your child about the racial inequalities, bro. You know what I'm saying? Telling your child about how they could get gunned down in the street. Telling your child on a hot summer day, I can't buy you a squirt gun because they might mistake it for a gun and shoot you. And then I can't even fight and to get you, because that's another curse. Your hands shall be faint and your children shall be taken in captivity. You can't sit down and tell a child that, man. Who the hell would want to?
That's hell.
That's hell, bro. We in hell, man. Give me Leviticus 26 and 46. But we've accepted our hell. We've accepted it, man. Through the Spirit of the Lord, we've accepted being a living sacrifice. He looked at us like we had 3 heads when we said it. What do you mean? Fuck, man. You said you had something, brother?
Yeah. This is the book of St. Luke, chapter 23. I'm going to start at verse 27. Luke 23, verse 27. And there followed him a great company of people and of women, which also bewailed and lamented him. But Yahushua turning unto them said, daughters of Jerusalem, weep not for me, but weep for yourselves.
So here it is, this man marred more than any man, beaten, lashed, teeth possibly broken, black eye, just all messed up, carrying a cross, and they're crying. They're, oh my gosh. And he said, don't weep for me. The time coming, you're going to have to weep for yourselves, man. Oh, a prime example. Look what happened to turn this into Greeks. Esau was nailing babies to the floor, torturing women. Man.
And it says,
oh, the scriptures even say it's better for a man to dwell alone. But see, we do that spiritually. Brothers got women and kids. But we have our own secret place within it. You know, there's some men that are set up to be eunuchs, not have families, and they're serving the Lord fine. Then there's also men that are set up that have families and women and children, and they're still serving the Lord. You see, it's a balance to this thing. But Jake can't understand that. All we were just trying to do was tell him it's about being a sacrifice to the Lord.
Yep.
He can't see it.
Spiritual sacrifice, not actual physical
yeah,
sacrifice.
Right.
We don't slaughter wrists and shit.
Right. Well, Jake thought he meant you really had to drink Yahushua's blood.
Right.
Remember? What's he mean we gotta eat his flesh? What's he mean I gotta forsake my wife? Not my honey bear. Yeah, your honey bear belonged to the streets, bro. Even Kanye West said that. Instagram got your bitch.
Right.
This is the reality, bro. This is reality. You gotta, when you deal with a woman, you gotta cast away mortal thoughts, man. You know, that's a burden. Oh, she might be, you know, you gotta cast it on the Lord. Read this.
Luke 23 and verse 28. But Yahushua turning unto them said, daughters of Jerusalem, weep not for me, but weep for yourselves and for your children. For behold, the days are coming, in the which they shall say, blessed are the barren, and the wombs that never bear, and the paps which never gave suck.
Damn. So the times that are coming are so bad that it's going to be a blessing unto you if you didn't have a child. You see that? If you're not serving the Lord. You know? And you know what makes me think? A time of a great famine, and a woman, possibly her child either died or she had to eat them. And then she like, wow, you don't have no kids? Blessed? You're blessed. Meaning you didn't have to go through what I went through.
That's an extra baggage
during
the time of judgment.
Oh, they say that. A woman, she's got baggage, meaning what? Her kids, her, you know what I mean?
Baby father.
And how many times you go out here, you try to deal with a woman, she got 3 kids, 5 kids. Like, damn.
Right. Just like the Apostle Bar said, we're expendable.
Right.
Like, she can get, you know what I mean? She don't care about us.
Nope.
She don't care about you.
Right. Oh, can you give me Isaiah 49 and 15?
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's 49 or 59 and 15. A woman shall forget her child.
Yep.
Is that it? Yeah, read that real quick.
This is Saint Isaiah 49 and verse 15.
Yeah, listen to this, brothers.
Saint Isaiah 49 and verse 15. Can a woman forget her sucking child?
It's a question. Can she? And you would ask the average Jake, you know what he'll say? No, you always remember. I just seen an article of a woman had a child and threw him out the window, man. You got accounts of women having given birth in prom and putting it in the trash can and going back out dancing.
Yep. I watched the movie. It's like based in the 90s. You had a Jake chick and she had a baby and she had the father put the baby in the garbage.
Brenda's baby. Remember Brenda's baby?
Yeah.
You know? So read that one more time.
This is Saint Isaiah 49 and verse 15. Can a woman forget her sucking child, that she should not have compassion on the son of her womb?
It's a question mark, right?
Yep.
So it's a question. What is the answer?
It says, yea.
Yeah, she can. That's a curse. She shall be evil to the children that come out of her, man. That come between her legs. Mm-hmm. She's going to be evil to them. Keep going.
Yea, they may forget.
Yep.
Yet yet will I not forget thee.
See? So there's something different. You know, they say nothing's more precious than motherly love. Wrong. There's something better. It's called fatherly love. Mm-hmm. The father's love. Because it clearly tells you, which we know, which we've seen, a woman can forget even a child that she carries for 9 months. And guess what? We carry the child longer in our scrotum, man. You know? And then, oh my God, I carried you for 9 months. Like, it's supposed to be some huge ordeal.
Yeah.
Cool.
I think got inside there.
Right. How did it get inside you, though? You know? You got something? You want to read about that? Okay.
Leviticus chapter 26 and verse 40. If they shall confess their iniquity.
So I can read it again. Read it loud, brother.
Leviticus 26 and verse 40. If they shall confess their iniquity and the iniquity of their fathers with their trespass against me, and they also they have walked contrary unto me, and that I have also walked contrary unto them, and have brought them into the land of their enemies, if then their uncircumcised hearts be humbled, and they then accept of the punishment of their iniquity.
If you accept your punishment, right? Keep going, not trying to wiggle around it. It says fruit and multiply. Imagine saying that to the Lord, bro. Like Cain. And they be big, bro. The Lord is gonna block Jacob, bro. Imagine saying that to the Lord, bro. Read it again.
It says, then would I remember, if then their uncircumcised hearts be humbled, and they then accept of the punishment of their iniquity, then will I remember my covenant with Jacob, and also my covenant with Isaac, and also my covenant with Abraham will I remember, and I will remember the land.
Woo! See? So what is the end all be all? We gotta accept our punishment and seek the Lord 10 times more. So when you repent, it's wise for you to repent what you've done in this life and your past life. It's not wise for you to try to put yourself first, put your flesh first. You know, because oh, you gonna read that? Baruch 4:26. And then if you're not, you getting some, brother? I was thinking, I just want to get that Romans 8.
Oh, I had it.
Yeah, Romans 8 being enmity. I just want to get that. Because at the end of the day, all he was talking about was being in the flesh. You know?
I got it right
quote
here.
Unquote, the fleshly benefits will come in the kingdom. You know, on a higher scale. Just
This book of Romans 8 and verse 4. I start at verse 3.
Just start at 1.
Yeah, might as well.
Right.
Romans 8 and 1. There is therefore now no condemnation to them which are in Yahushua Mashiach.
Right. The elect, there's no condemnation because they were predestined. Keep going.
Who walk not after the flesh.
Who walk not after the what?
After the flesh.
Because let's just be honest. When you get with a woman, what's it for?
Flesh. Flesh desires.
To pop. Thank you. To pop. Come on. Even in this side, they know it. That's why you got to play the little game.
Right.
They want the game. They want to play the little
cat
and mouse.
Yep.
You know, I got to play along. You know, that's why they get the food, the movie. Remember when you're younger, you pay for the food, the movies, because you know what's coming after, man.
The thrill of it.
If it happens.
If it happens.
Right. Now, right. You can do all that shit. You still probably getting it.
Right. Keep going.
Selfish. It says,
right.
It says, are in Yahushua Mashiach, and it says, who walk not after the flesh, but after the spirit.
Right.
For the law of the spirit of life in Mashiach Yahushua hath made me free from the law of sin and death. For what the law could not do, and that it was weak through the flesh, the Most High Yahweh sending his own Son in the likeness of sinful flesh, and for sin condemned sin in the flesh.
And that's another thing. Right. He
flesh.
condemned it in the flesh.
Yeah.
So we're attempting to do that. Okay. You know, they say, we can say.
That's why Yahushua said, be ye perfect, you know?
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I was going to say. Well, Christians say, be Christ-like, right? And that's what? Walking in the Spirit, man.
Right.
Okay? Read that part again.
Romans 8 and 3, for what the law cannot do, and that it was weak through the flesh, the Most High Yahweh sending his own Son in the likeness of sinful flesh.
So Yahushua is a walking example, because remember, when Yahushua was on the scene, we were in captivity. So he was even in the midst of captivity, still, you know, serving the Father. So even you can't use captivity as excuse.
Right.
You know, you do it to the best of your ability, man. Keep going.
And for sin, condemn sin in the flesh.
You know, that reminds me of, because like when I was the stages of coming into the truth, I remember there was a thought that came in my head and it didn't leave, and it was pertaining to like the laws. And I remember I had a conversation with my mom. And I was like, because she was talking about the laws, and I was like, but if you love someone, then wouldn't you want to do what pleases them? So I was talking about like trying to live by the laws, trying to do this, and she's like, no, 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 you know, like, no, no, no. But that was the Lord putting it in my spirit, gearing me up to receive this truth. I started thinking different when it came to serving the Lord, not just mouth serving, but actual works, walking in a different manner.
Actions.
Meaning not just walking in the flesh, man. You know, eating what I want because of the taste. You know, keep going.
Verse 4, Romans 8:4, that the righteousness of the law might be fulfilled in us who walk not after the flesh, but after the spirit. For they that are after the flesh do mind the things of the flesh.
And you heard him. He be making comments, which ain't nobody saying nothing wrong about a beautiful woman. Oh, what does the scripture say? Stumble not at the beauty of a woman.
Yep.
Shit, bro. You'd be like, yeah. And then Esau, you get lost. You know what I mean? You over here distracted. You gotta pick your mouth up and shit. Like, bro, come on, get it. Fortify your mind, man. There was a time this brother was preaching.
I just think about that.
And this big booty tonight chick, bro. She's trying to get my man off this axle. She's like, come here, baby. Like Satan will use a so-called beautiful woman to get you, bro. Oh, that's Samson and Delilah.
Oh, yeah.
Come on. It says, the woman that's in thy bosom, hold the gate of thy mouth. Don't be telling her everything. Women like mysterious men.
That's one thing too. You can't tell a chick about the truth.
Why would you ruin her life?
Keep that from her.
You'll ruin her life.
Keep that from her.
Yeah, keep it from her. Let her just serve you. Let her just walk as in the scriptures. Don't read them to her.
Right.
Be that. You don't say, hey, you're supposed to have modest appearance. Hey, man, cover that shit up, man. What are you doing that for? Me or them? We'll do it in the house. We're going outside. You know? There's certain things you walk in that'll lead her in the right way. This motherfucker talking about teach a woman, teach a nation. Yeah. Teach a nation what? You got the weeping women at Tammuz. Look at your Oprahs. Look at your Kims. Look at your Beyoncés. You got women right now ruling. What has fucking changed? Come on, man.
Romans 8:4, and it says that the righteousness of the law might be fulfilled in us who walk not after the flesh, but after the spirit. Verse 5. For they that are after the flesh do mind the things of the flesh, but they that are after the spirit, the things of the spirit.
Keep going.
For to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace.
Oh, yep.
Because the carnal mind is enmity against the Most High, for it is not subject to the law of the Most High, neither indeed can be.
Get 1 John 2:15. Yep. Why is being carnally minded? Yep. Why is carnally minded enmity with the Most High?
Yep. Verse 8. So then they that are in the flesh cannot please the Most High.
Bro, Jake, close the book on that. That's it. The main point of this lesson through the Spirit is us being living sacrifices and walking spiritually, man. Having faith in the Lord and not faith in the flesh. Scriptures say the Lord is not impressed by the strength of men. You know, 1 John.
Oh, 1 John.
Yeah, for the lust of the eyes and all that. You know, the scriptures say control your members, and we've all gone through it. There's times I realize, like, damn, I got a lust spirit on me. You might have to fast it off. You have a day you just, oh, what up? And you go, oh, let me chill.
Right.
Let me chill. Let me fall back. You know.
This is 1 John 2:15. Love not the world, neither the things that are there that are in the world.
Right.
If any man love the world, the love of the Father, Yahweh Shema Shai, is not in him.
Why?
For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh and the lust of the eyes and the pride of life is not of the Father,
bro.
But it's of the world.
All social media is now is soft porn.
Yeah.
You know, and your modern day TV shows. Mm-hmm. I was meditating and I was like, man, when I grew up, it was your Jerry Springers, you know, your Steve Wilco, all these shows, but that put a spirit on people. Now they act it out on the internet. Now you don't have to watch Jerry Springer. You just go on World Star. Oh, watch this Dominican mommy clap. Watch more. Go to OnlyFans. You know, I'm like, what the fuck? It's always some woman twerking.
That's all it is.
Old woman titty ass tattoos. That shit is weak.
Yep, sex, food.
That shit is weak, bro.
That's all it is. You know?
That shit is corny, man. Shit, we enjoy it, but we ain't impressed by it. What you got, brother?
Oh,
is that it on it?
Actually, it's more.
Okay.
Verse 17. 1 John 2:17. And the world passes away and the lust thereof.
Good.
But he that doeth the will of the Most High,
what?
Abideth forever.
Forever, bro. Forever, man.
Right.
That's what this thing's about. Understanding you got a prison sentence right now, but you got a good enough lawyer that this life sentence that you thought you were gonna have, you got good time. Your sentence has been reduced. You're not gonna get executed with the other guilty parties. You know what I'm saying? You gotta look at it spiritually, man. We got a lawyer, so we need to be on good behavior. They show you that in movies. You might get out, but you got to be on your best behavior.
Right.
Because you could do something in jail to get you more time.
Yep.
You know? You got something, brother?
Romans 12:1. I beseech you, therefore,
Beautiful.
brethren, by the mercies of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai,
By the mercy. Yep.
that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto the Most High, which is your reasonable service.
Hey, there's a law to where when the Lord was like, oh, you want to deal with me? Have all the men not sleep with their women for 3 days because it's unclean. You know, sex, it's an act of uncleanness. You got to wash after.
Right.
So even that shows you right there, man. You know, you can't just be out here popping all day, running around. Yeah, I mean, you in the flesh, shit happens. But the point is, you got to understand the act of you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, you can make yourself unclean doing that. You know? Yeah, read it again.
Sorry, one.
Yep.
Romans 12:1. I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, that ye should present your bodies a living sacrifice,
Yep.
wholly acceptable unto the Most High, which is your reasonable service.
It's a reasonable duty. It's your reasonable service, man. Keep going.
And be not conformed to this world,
Yep.
but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind,
Mind.
that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect, the will of the Most High.
And that's where you come to. You come to a point like, is this gonna be acceptable unto the Lord? You know, is this gonna throw me off? You know, of course, you don't be over righteous. We're not saying being over righteous. It's all about having discretion. Every brother has his own walk in this truth. You know, we're not, and he got offended. We never said not to deal with a woman. Just know how to deal with them. That's all that is. But through the Spirit, this all had to come out, man. You know, oh well, because knowing the time, the days are short. You know, you got some, brother?
This is Micah 7 and verse 9.
Yep.
I will bear the indignation of the Lord,
Right.
Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, because I have sinned against him. And shall he plead my cause and execute judgment for me? He will bring me forth to the light, and I shall behold his righteousness.
Wow. I'm good to water. Wow. He said, I will bear the indignation. Man, I know I messed up, man. You know, you don't necessarily persecute yourself, you know, but you understand, like, damn, you know, I gotta get my priorities together. I gotta serve the Lord. You know what I mean? I can't just want to do what I want to do. You know, and that's what it's all about. It's all about the Lord's will, not our own. You know, you got some?
Nah.
You good? You got anything?
I was holding Judges 5 and 11.
Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah.
It's all good. Yeah. Hey, you know, so Lord's will, you brothers and sisters were edified through the Spirit as we were. And we just want to say, call Allah, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakodash. Hey, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the Lord's elect. With that being said, Shalom.